And the show begins. The show begins, ladies and gentlemen. The boys are back.
Yuzu,
You know how we do
Yuzu.
it. Yeah. After a few runarounds, of course, Steve versus technology. Steve won this round. We're here. We're here. Yeah. It's
Steve versus technology.
yeah, Steve won this round. So the current score is Steve won technology 1079.
Wow. Wow, wow,
Yes.
wow.
Yes. The comeback will be televised.
Mm.
Um Speaking of, well, not comebacks, but you guys watched the Arsenal game yesterday?
No, I didn't watch it yesterday.
Declan Rice is such a fantastic footballer.
You know that one since now. A coach wanted to buy him. Oh. There was a coach that I know that wanted to buy him, but they gave him rubbish. They gave him, who did they? Van de Beek. They gave him Van de Beek. Yeah.
Declan Rice is such a fantastic footballer.
Mm.
I like this 2025-2026 Arsenal squad. This is my favorite Arsenal squad since
The
the
Invincibles.
Invincible squad. And I'll tell you, there's a lot of history and build up. If this squad goes on to win the league, the story in
Everywhere go first
history,
busts.
the build up, beyond like all the social media banter and everything, I'm just saying like the story crafting for Arteta will be
Mad,
beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah,
The narrative go
Yeah,
mad.
it will be. The
it
narrative
will
will
be
be
mad.
mad.
It is sixth year, I believe. He took over in 2020, right?
2019, 17, yeah.
Took
So it's
over
his
from
seventh
Emery.
year, but like
Mm.
by the end of the season, it will be like his sixth year because he took on half of the year,
Half a
right?
season.
Half of
Yeah.
the season.
Did
Yeah,
he take on?
December.
Oh, he took on in December. So technically, like this is his sixth year. If he took on in
Mm-hmm.
December,
Mm-hmm.
he took on
Mm-hmm.
December 2020, right?
2019.
Oh, 2019 December.
Yeah,
Oh. So it's his sixth year. Okay,
it's
so
6
it's
year. Yeah.
his sixth year. The only surviving member of that squad, I believe,
Two
is
surviving members, Martinelli and Saka.
he didn't buy Martinelli.
No, it was Emery that signed Martinelli.
I thought it was always Xhaka and Saka, last season or two
No,
seasons. Okay,
it's
so Xhaka
Martinelli.
has left. Saka
Yeah,
and Martinelli are the only surviving members of that squad.
yeah,
And
Yeah.
he's been able to spend money, no doubt, but he's been able to
yeah,
build that squad. And that squad has shown a lot of promise in the league, second, three
yeah.
times in a row. And they're going for the top spots this season. This season, my target for Arsenal is at least three finals. They have to make it to the Champions League final. They have to win one of those domestic cups. It's a given. If they don't win any of the domestic cups, they failed, even if they win the league. To me, because Arsenal has the most equipped squad in Europe. There is no squad bigger, greater than the Arsenal squad we're looking at. I got to keep it.
If Man City gets him, yeah, I think he's close now in terms of squad depth.
No.
For real?
I will tell you why. Squad depth is nice, but what Arsenal has as a team is the cohesion. He's been building that team and he's been adding and just taking out gradually. Guardiola did a whole wipeout 2 seasons ago. Gundogan,
Mhm.
Bernardo Silva doesn't even have game time. Like all those guys, he had to refresh them. He
Not a
brought in,
whole, but a lot of. I understand what you're saying.
yeah, he
Like
brought
his
in,
spine.
This is
He
another.
took
This is
out
another.
most
He
of his
has
spine.
Guardiola has done another rebuild.
yes,
Yeah,
but next season, if he stays till next season is season, right?
yeah, yeah.
Them Checky and Co.
Yes,
Them Checky and Co. have come in, Tijani Reinders and all of them, right? But bro, what I saw, Hinkapie played right back yesterday. You know
left
what
back.
used to kill Arsenal back then was their defenders get injured, which they did this season. Gabriel and Saliba, which they did
Mm-hmm.
again. They get injured every season.
Mm-hmm.
They got injured this season. But the good part is that what they
Man,
don't have Rob Holding to fill that space.
ah, God will punish Arsenal fan base. They sold that
Snap.
whole holding. Say, holding at the back.
Do you
Oh
understand?
my Lord.
No,
They don't.
that
They,
was that was Wenger period.
yes.
When Ateta came in, we
No,
all
at that time, yes,
knew
holding
Rob
was
Holding was rubbish.
Rob Holding
And
is
I
the
think it's just
last.
one of his mistakes too as a coach because he had Kier. He had Kier that season that Saliba got injured, but he didn't want to play two left footers in the central defense, so he was playing Holding. By the time he played Kier against Newcastle and Kier started performing well, the season was already like we already lost the league to City.
It was up.
That was
It
a
was up.
mistake that Tata made. Yeah,
And even for me, Kyo is not good enough. Kyo is not even good
that's why they
enough to
loaned
play in the
him.
Arsenal team. Yeah, it's
That's why
not good enough.
they They took him out and they brought in Hincapié.
What's the name of the new
Is
guy? Hincapié and the other guy.
Hincapié is his
And the other guy that's
replacement,
injured.
yeah.
The black guy, what's his name?
Christian Mosquera.
Mosquera. Do you understand? Arsenal now has, you look at the back line, bunch of titans. You look at the midfield. First person I see in the midfield is Zubimendi. The guy went and raided Real Sociedad. You have Zubimendi, you have Merino, right? In that DM role.
That midfield is light, Oh, it's not really light in terms of defensive.
Don't do that. Bro, I don't want, that's the only thing I don't want to hear this season from any Arsenal fan.
Steve, bring that midfield to Manchester United. I beg you, in the name of God.
That's the only thing. That's the only thing I don't want to hear this season from Arsenal fans. I don't want to hear it that you don't have squad. I don't want to hear it.
They should not lie.
No.
You give Bruno a Declan Rice. It's all over now. What do you mean? Do you know the tank that guy is?
Let me tell you what that midfield has, guys. That midfield has Zubimendi, has Mikel Merino, has Declan Rice, has Odegaard, has Eze. That's 5. Who is there? Give me. Norgard. So even all these cup games that the big boys are tired. The Norgard guy, I watched him against which team? He was balling. That's 6 mad people they have.
And 1 Neri.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Please, let's start the show. Please. If you don't win the league, Atata needs to go. It means he doesn't have the vim to take it. Yeah, he doesn't have it. Yeah.
Those are the minerals.
There are no excuses. People are saying Gyökeres has not scored. People that are like trolling Gyökeres, they don't watch Arsenal games. If you watch the game yesterday,
the second goal, he was on that.
He pulls the defender. Do you understand? People think goal scoring is the only thing you do in a team. But if you play football actively and you watch football and you analyze football, you understand that the presence of a striker, even if the striker is not scoring, is very important. He pulled the guys away. That's how the guys from the wing can score. Even Havertz can't do that because Havertz is an AM naturally. What Gyökeres is doing in that box 6. Come on, man. Don't want to start the podcast with sports. We know we have Shari will be excited, but we have other people who don't.
Maybe our 2026 Loose Talk, the iteration will be is already a sport podcast. Nobody knows. Nobody knows what's coming with Loose Talk,
2026, bro. We're 4 days in 2026. Anything can happen. Let me just tell you people now. In fact, my advice for anybody in 2026 is be as shameless and as audacious as possible. Somebody entered another country, bombed the country and abducted the president and put it on TikTok. I'm just saying, do you understand? And put it, bro. Have you watched the video that the White House put out?
Or the
White House trolls these days now.
Bro, they put
you can't differentiate that account.
They put a video of, you know how you do all these stylized videos. They put a video of Maduro saying, "Come and get me. You guys can't do nothing. Boom, 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 boom." Guess what? Guess the soundtrack they put in.
What soundtrack?
Notorious B.I.G. Sneaker than your average. Boom, biggie. Then they do not even bleep the nigger in the record. Like it is 22. Yeah, the guy said nigga on the White House official Twitter handle, bro. 2026. The 2 things I have for everybody: advice: be audacious, be shameless. Be audacious, be shameless.
There's no rules to this game, man. Just play your game. That's all.
It is going to affect a lot of older millennials.
Yes.
And Gen X's. This is how you get wiped out from the face of earth. If you are not, because we are built differently. We are built on being reserved,
on being reserved and not being seen here.
It is 2026, guys. You have to be audacious or you have to be shameless. And I do not use the word shameless in a derogatory. I don't know using the negative trope. I'm trying to say, beat your chest and put yourself out there. Do what you got to do. People are entering sovereign states, bombing and abducting presidents. If you talked about this 10, 15 years ago, we would say it's a lie. It cannot happen. This will be world news. Bro, it's happening. Anyways, how you guys doing?
We do. Just chilling. Adjusted to the new year.
Have you started this podcast?
Yes.
See this man.
But you've not played it. You've not played any record. You've not introduced us. Like you've not done like proper introduction. Is it 2020? Is this part of you being audacious, like not following just like normal protocols in terms of like you are hosting a podcast, you've not introduced the host, you've not said hi to the listeners, you've not said hello, you've not played any music. Arsenal then starts bang bang bang. What's it happen?
You can't do
Thank you for that
anyhow.
question. Ayo, I would
Yes.
face you for this and ask you a
Yes,
question.
sir.
Do
Yes,
we not
sir.
have a pre-banter before the show starts?
We do.
Okay. Does this qualify as the pre-banter as usual?
Definitely it does.
Okay.
Including my questions too. So let's just write it
Now,
out that way.
please do not interrupt me.
All right.
Thank you. Having said that, Ayo, does Steve's question hold weight?
It doesn't. I don't know why he's asking this. Like he's a newcomer.
All right. Now let's go ahead and play the music and start the motherfucking show.
That's what the music are getting. That's
what
it.
we have. Let's start what we have come into the room to do.
You are now listening to Loose Talk.
Ambassador go dey chop, and governor go dey chop, and president go dey chop. When I say make we jump, we go jump. Ambassador go dey chop, and president go dey chop, and governor go dey chop. When I say make we jump, we go jump. No before here with them on Jesus. Yeah, my country problem it passes us. Because now we be our own problem. Now who can reason well. Ambassador go dey chop, and governor go dey chop, and president go dey chop. When they say make we jump, we go jump. Some people go somersault, them get the headache, we go drink Panadol. Meanwhile, president go dey chop, and governor go dey chop. Now they money day, the tiffy come major. We make the suffer Sunday. Suffer yakam tukun, tukutun. We dey make people sukun, tukutun. Money inu wantun, tukutun. Suffer yakam tukun, tukutun. Tukutun do you well, and then they laugh you well, and then they say I see the shell. I stand the flange you well. Yeah. My people suffer well. Police they slap them well. Hungry they wire them well. Ambassador go dey chop, and governor go dey chop, and president go dey chop. When they say make we jump, we go jump. Some people go somersault, them dirty headache we go drink Panadol. Meanwhile president go dey chop, and governor go dey chop. My people self they fear too much. We fear the thing we not see.
You are now listening to Loose Talk.
Your body go rest you. Your body begin you. Your body go rest you. Your body go rest you. Your tongue go confess you. Your head go correct you. You know go forget you. So you get the concept. Then the person. You go learn your own lesson. Everybody keep on searching. For miraculous blessing. You go back for Lagos you. If you know yourself, you go lost you. If you get the money, you be bros you. I'm a nobody, only no apostle. No. Your body go rest you. Battle begin you. Your body go rest you. Your body go rest you. Your tongue go confess you. Your head go correct you. You know go forget you. So you get the concept. They go tell you watch out when you go. Watch out on the road. Watch out for them hyenas. Watch out when you go. Watch out on the road. Watch out. Look around and all the places you go to. Stand your ground and stay solid like Ogun. Watch your back and just do what you're supposed to. Take care of family and people you're close to. Then the dead person. You go learn your own lesson. Everybody keep on searching for miraculous blessings. You go back for Lagos, you. If you know yourself, you go lost you. If you get the money, you be bros you. I'm a nobody, only no apostle.
You are now listening to Loose Talk.
Welcome to another episode of your favorite podcast. It's 2026, baby. It is Loose Talk Podcast. Yes.
Yep.
I'm here still here with, we made it, guys. 2026. Happy New Year. First recording of the year.
Yes,
Drop a
sir.
bomb for us, man. Round of applause for us, man. In February, we would have been doing this for 3 years again since we restarted, and it's a big deal for me, man. Some people have started podcasts and stopped their podcast since then. Some other people thought about it, didn't even launch their podcast. Some other people were recording before then and stopped. You know what they say, right? How did they say it? Some have food but cannot eat. Some have mics but have no podcast. We have mics and we have podcast. Glory be to thee, O Lord. That prayer is such a shitty prayer, right? Why do you
I just
need
wondered
to
why
make
we-
fun of other people?
I never understood that song, singing it in nursery and primary school. Like, bro, I just want chop. Why do I have to sing before I eat? Why?
What was your favorite primary school song on the assembly line? And Steve,
Ugh.
I know your own would have been a bit more interesting, right?
Colorful.
But let's start
I can't
with
remember.
the Corona kids.
I can't remember.
The
What do you,
Corona Papa.
Kids.
For contest.
Yeah.
Yes. Corona Papa kids.
You can't remember any primary school song? No, come on, man. Ayo must be kidding. Ayo must be joking. Ayo's hung somewhere. Steve, can you remember any song?
I'm trying to remember. I think it's just row your boat or something like that. That was my favorite.
That's like a nursery rhyme. Did you sing that on the assembly line? Row
On the
your
assembly
boat.
line is assembly line.
You didn't
Man, I
have
can't remember.
on the assembly line. We used to have assembly, right? Like you line up
I think
according to your
yeah,
class.
we used to have like national anthem, the school
Yes,
anthem.
Yes.
The
The pledge.
Yes, the pledge. Yeah, I think that was it. I'm not sure we had any song that we're singing. Maybe I've forgotten anyway. Yeah.
We had
I went to a very
745.
bougie primary school, so I don't know why you expected my own to be like a little bit.
Oh,
I
it's
don't
the
know. I don't know
secondary
the
school
words
that
to
was
use.
not bougie. That was.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, my bad.
It might be second. It's not. I won't use the word bougie, but it was very prestigious.
Prestigious.
Yeah.
We had 7:45 is the time for school. Don't be late in the morning. Remember that one?
Nah, by secondary school, we had grown this
No,
shit.
I'm saying primary
Come on,
school,
man.
dude. Primary
Okay,
school.
primary school. Okay, I can't remember. You remember? I don't.
Yeah, we had that. We had HIP for the hippopo, PO for the hippopo, and TMUS for the hippopotamus. Hippopotamus. You didn't have that. There was that. There was, of course, going closer to the holiday. You had holidays coming, holidays coming.
Oh, okay.
You remember that one? No? That's a
Yeah.
classic. What did we have again? I had a couple of them. They were really good. Primary school was very nice for me. My first primary school wasn't really nice. I was very timid. The second primary school just changed my whole character. I don't know. The whole vibe just shifted, and I was.
Oh, you to me in your first primary school.
It was just me. I was just very reserved. I didn't talk in class. Didn't do anything. All up to primary 3, and then I had to go to another school and do primary 3 all over again. Right. However, from the first day, it just changed. Maybe the people there, maybe I don't know, the vibe. It was a Catholic school, it was really fun. Yeah. My kids ended up going to the same school.
Yeah, school in Maryland.
Yeah.
Or
it was
Maryland.
nice. Maryland,
Maryland.
not Maryland. Shout out to those in the DMV, not Maryland. It was
Yeah.
Maryland. You have to land very well. Here we land. Maryland.
We're just two on this podcast. now? Do
Yes,
you know?
because yes, I know. I'm aware, and I'm
Okay.
trying to keep the show going. Anyways, welcome to Loose
Okay.
Talk Podcast. We're here with Steve, the lead researcher. Day results may vary. All right, that's the footnote at the bottom of his name. Of course,
Result does not vary. Result has not varied for a long time.
you're sure because
Very,
I've
very
been
sure.
letting things go. This guy,
For sure.
because I did free you. Of course, we have AOT2, Ayamidolu Asheguntaya the second, who's going to get back on the pod in a jiffy. And of course, my name is Osagie Osags Alonge as well. We are here to deliver the best episode as usual till you hear the next episode, right? Before we start, of course, give a shout out to Burner Boy. We just played two of his records back to back. The first one is Collateral Damage of his African Giant album, which is my favorite. Yeah, my favorite Burna Boy album. I think
Yeah,
that album,
same.
bro. I was listening to this song. This song was playing in my head, so I listened to this song. Then I just went into the Burner wormhole, right? But I
I
played
did that
most of the
last week too.
songs. I played most of the songs on
Yeah.
this album. This album is an amazing album. Burna Boy is an
Yeah, it
amazing
is.
writer. He's an amazing singer. You know, fun. Like, let's leave talking music now.
What a peak, man. What a
Yeah.
peak. I'm not sure in terms of like, I don't know how to put it. I won't say critical acclaim because we've had like, people who've had like critically acclaimed album in their peak. But this one just looked different,
Yeah.
right? It just looked different because it wasn't necessarily about the hits. It was
Mm-mm.
just about like the quality of the music, like how it was delivered,
Mm-hmm.
at that time, especially if you consider his story in the industry, putting out 4 albums before. African Giant was his fifth, his fourth album.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he has had projects, right? Just
Yeah, I think
considering
it was his
his
fourth album. Yeah.
story, his fourth album. Yeah, it was just good to see, man. It was just good to see, and also like, landing the Grammy, which is like a the result of his hard work and his success. So yeah, that
No,
was
no,
good to
he
see.
landed the Grammy with Twice as Tall. Not this album.
Yeah, no, nomination for African Giants.
Yes.
He was nominated, which was
Yes.
also a big deal.
Very big
He
deal.
lost. He was salty about it.
Very big deal.
Then he went and created
And said
Twice as Tall specifically, with the whole Didi direction and stuff like that. The storyline. Yeah, that made sense.
Yeah, brilliant album, beautiful album, my favorite album.
Yeah.
Then of course we went and played Jarae, which was a Burna Boy record off the Beyonce Lion King album.
Lion King album.
Yeah, I mean,
Soundtrack, yeah.
again, to show how a Burna Boy stands out, they just gave him a track to do his own thing.
Yeah, no feature. True.
Yeah, every other person kind
That
of
was
work
big too.
together, especially I'm talking about the African artists now. Munchas and early worked with someone. Yemi Alade was on a record with I believe Techno. Mr. Easy was on a record with I think Tiwas. But they did Burner, just go do your thing.
Yeah.
And the writing.
What has
was
had some
amazing.
interesting features too. Like one of my favorite features from Burna is them the Loved by You, Justin Bieber. I
don't know
love
the
that
song.
record. For real? It was on
No.
was it? It was on his last, not the album before the last. Justin Bieber's album. Really, really good song. I love the song.
Oh, okay. Let me see it on the Justice album.
Justice. Is that Justice?
I bought a castle in France
Ah, I
and
know
it's
the
the same
song, I know
one
the
I
song.
built in the sand for
Yeah.
you when I was 2. I thought I painted a picture of heaven, but it turns out it's just your room, just your room. I run off the end of the earth just to see if you'd catch me when I know you let me fall every time. All I do is wish that I could change myself, but wish that I could change my. All I do is wish that I could change myself, but wish that I could change my. All I do is wait around and hate myself. Oh, I hate the way I need to be loved by you. I wish that I could change my.
Shout out to Justin Bieber and Burna Boy. Yeah, solid artist when it comes to making music. I don't think. I think the quality of music can get back to this space.
That level. Yeah.
Yeah, especially with the album that didn't do well. This sign of like No Sign of Weakness didn't do well. Fun enough, first time I'm seeing like general consensus on people saying the album's not great. Didn't see a lot of reviews though. again, I don't want to go into the
Yeah,
whole media is broken, nobody bothers, because you don't want to put a hit, like, basically you don't want to put a metaphor, sorry, a not literal. What's the opposite of literal?
they're metaphorical. No?
Yeah, not metaphorical. There's another word. You have literal and you have the other one. But you know what I'm talking. You don't want to put a hit out on
Figuratively.
yourself. Yeah,
Oh,
thank you.
figuratively.
Figuratively put out a hit on yourself where you become radioactive or toxic, and then you're kind of like blacklisted, pseudo
Yeah,
blacklisted, right? So nobody wants to really do a lot of unbiased reviews when it comes to albums that are tilting towards negative reviews, right? So I get why we didn't see a lot of that. But however, I think it was a general consensus that the album wasn't a great album. But how does he get back to where he goes to again? A large part of Bonner sound, not sound, but his messaging is critiquing,
yeah,
right? Even though his lifestyle or what he portrays is almost a one, almost a direct opposite of what he ends up critiquing or whatever, right? However, it is essential for him, and it's always been essential for him on all the albums. Living as Twice as Tall, there's Monsters You Made. There's always that part of him that kind of does that. And then he's deviated from that, which is fine. He deviated from that a lot with I Told Them, which again I love because it's a hip hop album. But like the question is, can he go back there? It's going to be difficult.
yeah. It will be difficult for him to go back there, especially with the large foreign fan base he has right now,
Mm.
which will dictate the way he sounds and the kind of music he makes. So I don't think we're going to get that
Ah.
Burna Boy.
I love Ayo's response there, which I don't think is the number one reason. But Ayo
It's
put
not the
it as
number one
the
reason.
one
Should I,
reason.
What's the reason?
should I state my own?
It's political
What's that one?
landscape. You can't.
My own is that he has been found out. It's
Oh, your own is he's been
Oh.
found out.
he's been found out.
Oh.
That's like he's not his real personnel. Like he
Oh man, I
just
never believed. I never
adopted it for
believed.
the music. He
I
doesn't
never
live
believed
it.
the Africa Giants persona. When I saw
So
that, like, why are you
he
deceiving here?
doesn't
There's no.
he does not live it. So I'm not sure it will be believable this time. It was at that time. People
Hmm.
believed it.
Yeah.
You think that's why
I'm
he,
not sure.
he left it out in this? Like he left it totally.
Oh, he
I think
has
he
to.
couldn't. He couldn't sustain it. Look at the
Yeah.
pressure on NSAS. Just the NSAS protest, and people were dragging him that. Oh, you're always leading all this charge. Now people are coming out to protest. Then he went on a. He just found one wuru answer to it, and he can't. He can't be the voice of the masses that he claims to be.
Yeah. He can.
Out. Yeah.
And
That's
also the way
interesting.
his lifestyle too, what he has adopted also has shown that he's not on that, like he's not on that P anymore.
The lifestyle.
Like, yeah, the lifestyle. He's not
Yeah,
on that P.
he's very much in tow with what you get from American rappers. Like I always said it that obviously we said this at the Spotify thing that Nigeria's biggest Afrobeat artists always, they are cosplaying American
They
rappers.
adopt like like
But
rap-
Bonner is at the extreme end of it. So if you want the flashy cars, the big jewelry, practically having a residency at one of the most exotic strip clubs in West Africa, is Bonner at the end of the day. And in his mind, he can't reconciliate that with, oh, I'm a freedom fighter, I'm a liberator for my people. At the end of the day. So he's not that vast in terms of thoughts to able to. He's somebody that just glimpse stuff and be like, oh yeah, we are fucking with that. But like you not dedicating your artistry to that is not about that life. And that's why I respect Wizkid. Wizkid in no shape or form has ever said he's liberating anybody. He's only liberating himself from poverty. And the only way, and his music is always bad bitches and let's dance. So whenever Wizkid says I want to be like Fela and Bob Marley, he's lying. He cannot. His music will always tend to women and partying. That's all. So,
but it's interesting to note that for like a burner, he didn't start off like this, right? Like when he initially started and put messages around like freedom fighting and people trying to and people asking people to wake up to challenge the status quo, etc. Right?
Mm-hmm.
He was he cosplaying then because it felt real because you could see it in the message and everything. But I think at some point something switched, and it switched when. And it's to switch for everybody. This is also not an indictment on Bonner. It's going to switch on a lot of people. We've seen this with like influencers. We've seen this with so many people who start off as fighting for people, trying to do the right thing. And then you have this access to, you have two accesses, access to wealth, or I won't say wealth, but access to money, right? And access to connections. and all of a sudden you become a bit, you roll back your sharp tongue and you become a bit more accommodating of the nonsense that goes on in the country. Do you understand what I mean?
Oh
I think
yes,
that's what
if
happened to him as well, because you know how they say if you have money you enjoy Lagos, you enjoy Nigeria. How do you have access to like all of that when you know most of that is also being perpetuated by the broken dysfunctional system? Do you understand what I mean? Like if
oh
you have,
yes,
I'll give you an example. If you have what Bono is like a billionaire, right? You have that much amount of money and you want to drive a car like that, you will need police protection. How do you get
yes,
police protection? In a sane country, nobody's giving you police protection.
for what?
You might have
Yeah,
private
private
protection.
security.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. But you can't have police protection using police who should be guarding and figuring out crime or whatever, and you have 5, 6 of them on your entourage taking
mhm.
one way. I'm not saying
Driving
it
one
took
way.
one way. I'm just creating an analogy. Taking one way.
Yeah,
Like, how do you do all of that? Then go to the studio and say, "My people, we need to wake up." Do you understand my point?
I think that is the great fault line in Afrobeats. But specifically, I think sometimes we forget that there's a subset in Afrobeats that we've never ever heavily criticized for this. And those are the street pop artists or street pop and street hop artists. These are artists that are living victims of Nigeria's great flaws. But have
Like
you noticed
ground,
that,
like they are the ground zero.
see, bro, every guy that breaks out, whether Afro Adura or anything, they are the living embodiment of the problems of Nigeria. These are just one out of millions who could make it. And do you notice that once they blow, the first thing they do is align with politics, straight up,
Straight up,
straight up.
straight up.
They never criticize. You will hardly see them criticize. They might criticize an incident, but now say, "Oh, we are leading. We are the ones in the forefront." Like what a Fouts is doing. You can never see a street up artist or a street pop artist doing that.
The last strip of artist I know who critiqued the government and made it a base of his career before he also switched,
Yeah,
that I remember. Steve, can you tell me who it is?
Two-Face.
No,
Steve was
street
not
street
street
hop
hop.
artist.
Street Hop.
Yes.
Timaya.
No.
No, who's that?
Even
Please
though
tell
I think
us.
no, Timaya.
Timaya
No,
was
not
not of
Timaya.
dancehall anyway.
No, I'm even saying like
Anyway.
street up artists, Lagos street up artists. You know, in the
Okay,
Lagos
okay.
scene.
Olamide. No? Olamide is not.
No, all of them didn't critique the government or anything.
No,
Yeah.
no, that one never. I don't know who. Can't remember.
Orisha
My
Femi.
mind. Oh yeah, that's the raga dancehall click. Yeah.
Because if you know Orisha Femi for who Orisha Femi is, and I'm not talking about I'm not talking about
No, that one was when he started saying no. I think of the
that's
original
that's
one.
his comeback. I'm talking about
That's
the
his
first
comeback.
the first Orisha Femi, right?
Blessings of the Lord era. That's
No,
the first.
pre that album.
that
I'm
one,
talking
Pre
about
that era.
you remember that record? Those his
Yeah.
first and second albums where he's
Yeah.
literally the singles were literally critiquing government.
I think the dancehall variation of Afrobeats, when I mean Galala, Konto, they were very vocal. So you're looking at what's his name now?
Marvelous
Obviously,
Benji,
African China.
Yes.
You know, they were very vocal. But you see the hip hop influence, pop influence side of street hop and hip hop. Those guys don't give a fuck of anything about anything, man. It's just let's make our money and let's bounce. And let's
Also,
show
I,
up
th-
at
I,
any-
th-
Then two they do was Jojoro.
I also think it's
Yeah.
almost impossible
Yeah.
to
That's Orisha
for
Femi,
you
yeah.
to acquire wealth in Nigeria and stay away from the political class. It's
That's
very,
the
very
thing. You
impossible.
can't. Once
You
there's-
can't.
you hit a certain barrier, you have to be in bed with them, or you
in
just
bed
keep
with
quiet,
them. And once you are in bed with them, it can't reflect also that it stop reflecting in your music. You know,
or you
so-
just keep
Bro.
quiet. So what
You
some
just
do
keep
is
quiet.
some just keep
Yeah.
quiet.
yes, yes.
You understand? But
Yeah.
that you want to acquire wealth in Nigeria.
and
Right?
criticize
And-
at the same time.
Well,
Wow.
not
No.
really. You can actually do that. It is more of acquiring the wealth, enjoying the dysfunction
Mm-hmm.
in the system that your wealth gives you access to, and then you now want to critique that same dysfunction.
That same dysfunction is
Now their
obvious.
problem, now their problem go there.
You know, this, a perfect
Because-
example. Do you know sorry, Steve, do you know the perfect example of this happened to?
Who?
Remember Two Faces Classic? The one with Solo. What's his name?
Soli.
Soli. That
Yes.
song was a huge critique to the government.
Yes.
But what happened?
Big one.
Two-Face was so big that governors will start calling to come and perform for them.
To come and perform.
At his party now, they want to start be singing. It'd be
Yeah,
like,
so it'd be like say it's a huge protest
Yeah,
song.
it's a huge
like,
critique
You know,
of-
a huge
of-
protest song, critique song.
yeah,
It's the most subtle.
Yeah,
very
most
subtle
subtle.
fuck you.
Bro, I told
Most
you, I
subtle.
said it on this podcast. I thought that song was a love song at first because I was not listening.
Yes,
to it.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's when you listen to like
I'm like looking back
You know-
at the years you and
you know
I
the-
have been
you know
together.
the reason-
That's what took me off the band. Looking back at
Yeah.
the years you and I have been together.
That's
Seems
right. That's what they call
like
good
you've
writing.
been
That's
me
writing.
all along.
That's right.
Bro,
That's
for you to
Nova.
write like that, critiquing the
that
government,
song is another level of writing though.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, it is. It's
Yeah.
there.
I'm not starting a critiquing of a government song by saying, looking back at all the years that you and I have been together, it seems
Yeah.
like you've been playing me all along.
all alone.
That's what I'm writing to a girl, but you write that to your own
yeah.
government. It's brilliant.
It's a brilliant record.
You know, and people talk about Fela, and they don't even isolate the fact that Fela did what he did. That's huge financial or wealth like sacrifice. He sacrificed a
Bro.
lot to do what he was doing. A lot,
I'm
especially
really-
as
Yeah.
how big and popular he was at that time. Fela would have been way more richer, wealthier than
Richer,
he is
wealthier.
if he went the other way.
Yeah.
Bro, let's keep it a $150 right now.
A buck 100 itself.
Fela right now would be alive and would be like Sonny Ade.
Easily.
Mm-hmm.
Easily.
We're not. This is not. Do you understand? He
Yeah.
will be alive, have access to wealth. He'll be like Kwamwon.
Yes.
Like he'll be like if he decided to just align with the powers that be, because
Yeah.
it would have been great. He would have made the best music. He would have been
Yeah.
singing for
He
all.
would have
These
still,
people.
he would have,
He
still
would
been
have
alive
gotten
today.
all the contracts. He would have done
Yeah.
everything.
Yep.
And they also tried to co-opt him. Like during First Act 27, they tried to bring him on board, but his own while like man,
Yeah.
fuck you guys.
This is there.
Yeah.
Guys,
He lived
I've been
this,
listening
he
to
lived
this
this, he
Audible
lived
original, right? It's called Fela
Oh, the
Kuti
one
Fear
from
No
DJ.
Man.
Oh
The one
my
from
Lord.
yeah, of course I've listened to it.
Yeah.
It was good,
Bruh.
really good.
I've listened to a couple of episodes.
Sorry, you know
I'm
why it was good? Because
Why?
when I saw the podcast, I'm like, what is this there about Fela again that we've not heard before? That was the
Mm.
first thing I thought
That
about.
first
like,
story, episode
Bro.
1, I said, fuck
my
it. Let's go.
God.
This is
You
what
know,
I'm talking
it's
about.
it's exceptional storytelling. I won't lie you. Because for you to still keep me interested in a Fela documentary, like a Fela podcast documentary,
you
it means
try.
that it's exceptional. Because there's nothing about Fela I've not seen. You know, it's exceptional, to be very honest.
Shout out to the host, Jad Abomrad, and I'm sure there are a team of people, producers, researchers that have worked on this, and his whole team. Shout out
I have
to
a
them.
theory about this podcast and everything that's happened to Fela last year. But
Yeah,
continue.
go ahead. Shall I quickly just
No,
give my-
you just landed. Then
I think I saw Jide Taiwo talk about like the sound design in this podcast. This is amazing, blah blah blah.
Bruh.
And that's what actually drew me to listen to it, because there are so many things I have to listen to. I'm like, oh, let me listen to this, right? And I'm like, when I started listening, I'm like, the sound design is not even what even attracted me. What attracted me was that first story of the man who they
Yeah,
went
who
to
died.
kill.
They macheted in front of his family.
And
yeah.
I'm sorry, you know me now, I'm biased to history, right?
Exactly.
So I'm listening to how they killed somebody who was in a governmental position and
Yeah.
Wanted to stop
was
corruption.
researching, right, and was going to out corrupt people. And this happened when 50, 60
Was it 50?
something.
No, Fela was like 70s or 80s.
Okay, so it happened in like the 70s because they came back
Yeah.
from the UK, right? They happened in
Yeah.
like the 70s.
Yeah, 70s.
And I'm like, there's a huge problem we have
Fundamental
in
problem.
in Nigeria. You know the huge problem? Access to these stories. Because let me tell you, as a young man, if I heard this story, I would have given up on Nigeria, Tete.
I would have believed it, yeah.
You know,
I would have known.
I say that like figuratively. But what I'm trying to say is that it would have given me a lot of context. Because some of the wars I went into, trying to out people or trying to be do things the right way, and ended up being burnt for it, right? Being burnt by the people I was even trying to protect, or the people I was fighting against. I would have just abandoned it because I would have known that, bro, these things have been happening since the 70s.
Bro,
Again, Nigeria's problem, or how we encounter Nigeria's problem as young people, is we always think it's the first time it's happening.
Yeah, but it's a recycle.
So if I had this context, I was like, man, in the 70s, they did this to this guy. In the 70s, bro. Imagine what they are doing now, because
They said
anything that happens now, just a greater version, right, and
Oh, what
negative or
has happened?
positive continues to happen, right? So imagine if
Mm-hmm.
you are trying to out some people now in 2026. Do you understand?
Now,
If that
now
happened in
as
the
it-
70s,
now as
imagine
it
what's
was
happening.
done.
Bro, they brought a brand new car in front of this guy. They dropped it. You know the funny thing?
Mm-hmm.
I worked with people who worked in marketing as well, right? And
Yeah.
I know somebody who worked in a very important position, and agencies were trying to get their marketing budget at the start of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So they were planning and everything. They dropped a car in front of his house for the wife. So it's not your car, it's your wife's car. We just bought the car. This
You
happened
know,
about that me, I know. This was like maybe 10 years ago that I was hearing this story.
I
They
like
just
that
dropped a car.
strategy.
They dropped an SUV for the wife.
I
Take
like that
first.
strategy. I like that strategy. You divided the house already. If madam wants the car, you're in trouble now.
Do you
They've
understand?
divided the house already.
And then you hear this is happening in the 70s. It's not new, it's just recycled. It's just the same players learning from
Osagie, they say
new
they
dogs,
bought-
old tricks.
They said they bought briefcase of cash.
I
Say
don't want
Baba
this thing to.
take.
I don't want this thing to lead me to like a conversation I've been having with myself concerning, there's this like, like people who are now, it's not a shot like who wants everyone to be a model citizen, like a citizens who go out and fight,
Yeah.
for the country
Mhm.
in terms of putting the country well. And my point is that, and the point I always make to counter them is that let me just start from independence, 1960. The country has not been worth fighting for since that time. Because if people were fighting for this country since 1960, it won't be as bad as
It
is
will be
now.
it will be bad. Bad as
Right?
a
So
bad
if
is.
the country has not been worth fighting for since 1960, why would I, who was an 80s baby, a 1980s baby,
in Delta,
right, trying to figure out life,
Just start fighting for it now.
I start fighting off now when I'm starting to figure out life, I have to figure out my career, figure out
Steve, you know the
family,
worst one?
figure out, and I'll start
Steve-
fighting again. I do like, it's just so unfair on us, like on
You know
people
the
who are
worst thing?
just want to be citizens and just live peacefully and go. It's just so unfair.
Must,
You know the
must
worst
I
thing about
fight?
this thing?
Must I fight?
You know
I
the
don't
worst thing about this is that greater men and women have fought than us. Greater men. People like Dele Giwa have fought and they lost.
And
It's
lost
not
their
me.
lives.
I will be dead tired that you want me to go and fight for Nigeria. I was very
In
sorry.
Nigeria, I'll tell you. And I'm sorry we've gone down this slope. This is not where
Yeah,
we
I'm
wanted
sorry,
to
I'm
go,
sorry.
Right?
Yeah.
But I just want to say, in Nigeria, guys, evil wins.
Evil,
100%.
Evil
wins,
is not
man.
how you want to
100%.
characterize the evil, though. But I'll just tell you, we talked about Festus Keyamo in the last episode, right? Freedom fighter, everything
Bro.
only took off
In
when he
quotes.
switched.
Freedom fighter in quotes, because he was
Do you
never a
understand?
freedom fighter. He was just taking
Yeah.
he was just taking on these popular cases and
Yeah.
losing them. But
Yeah.
he was just getting notoriety of taking off the cases.
Do you understand? Like, people win, the evil wins. Like, the good doesn't win in Nigeria. I keep telling people, like, first of all, my theory remains: if you do anything for Nigeria, sports, culture, anything, like you do something for Nigeria, Nigeria says, "Thank you very much for doing this. Your reward is that I will punish you." So go and look
Yes.
at all the footballers. Go and look at the person that wrote the national anthem. Go and look at the person that designed Nigerian
The
flag.
flag.
Like, just go and look for anybody that did anything
The
honorable.
people who
for
reward
Nigeria.
the most are the people who do evil.
Yes.
100%.
Bro, there's a video of a governor
Sorry.
who was indicted for financial misappropriation.
The guy was dancing and people were hailing him.
People in the
background. Did you
state
see
that
that
were
video?
hailing him. Yes, I
He
saw
was
it.
dancing
I-
and young
I won't
Not
lie,
only that,
I won't lie, I
whose
copied
whose
those
future has
steps.
been
Th-
corporate, whose future
those steps were mad.
those
Bro,
steps were mad.
You understand? It was a new swag. Do you understand? I was feeling
If
it.
slaves,
But I
if
saw young
slaves-
people
no.
hailing him and
Bro.
everything. Which leads
Yeah.
me to one of my favorite quotes, which is, "There is no greater poverty alleviation program like the Nigerian political system.
Yeah.
There's no greater one. I'm telling you for a fact. Because this is someone who has been indicted. You know this person has stolen money. And the guy is dancing and you have young people. These are the people you don't want to fight for. These are the people. See, Nigeria is not worth fighting for. And that's, I keep telling people, Nigeria is not worth fighting for. And the smartest people realize this early
Yeah.
on, and then
Early
they
on.
stopped.
I'll always tell you guys, the first concept of Nigeria not being a country that will work, the first time it was
opened up to you.
laid down to me was from somebody who later became a governor of a state. Like he was at that time, he was a high level politician at that time. I don't want to be very, very specific so that
Yeah.
people will not get it. He later became governor. He was the first person to put that in my idea that you can't plan your future in this country. someone at that level is thinking like that, like, what do you want me to go and fight for? What do you want me to fight?
A common
Do you
civilian. What you want me
understand?
to do?
You know, so it's, man, come on.
Yeah.
So
So
the higher
it's
your
like
the higher your
just
profile.
taking the conversation back. It's hard. And that's why these guys make money, and they look at what's the best way to secure myself. It's just to align with
Yeah,
the
because as a
political, the
musician, you
elites.
make
That's
all that
how.
money, you start to gather wealth and everything, right? Nigeria is the best place to keep your money.
Easily,
You
because you're not even
understand?
paying taxes that corresponds
You
that
understand?
complements that
My
corresponds
brother,
to your earnings.
Nigeria is
To
the
your
best place to
wealth.
live. Nigeria is the best place
Yeah.
to hire cheap labor.
Yes,
Do you
everything.
understand? Nigeria is the best place to hire staff and not pay pension and
Yes.
not pay
Bro.
their taxes.
Bro,
I
everything is cheap.
don't
over
remit
there.
taxes. Yes.
You understand? Nigeria is the best place to hire and fire somebody just like that.
Anyhow,
Do you understand? Like you can hire someone this month, you don't like the person, you say you're fired.
You're
And the person will
fired.
just cry and leave.
And you
Nigeria,
don't pay the person's salary. Oh.
see, Nigeria is the best place to be wealthy and just
Be evil.
float above laws.
that's
Yeah.
it.
Because what Nigeria is designed for is to put the common man in his corner.
Yep.
Yeah. And strangle him in the that corner too.
So it is what it is, guys.
Yeah.
It is what it is. All right, man, let's get into it. Current affairs, let's get into it. In the news, Anthony Joshua. Oof,
AJ baby.
that's a strong one, right? Anthony Joshua was involved in a tragic accident. If you guys haven't heard the story, I'll read it out for you. Very, very sad story, guys. Very sad story. Anthony Joshua had only just returned to the ring after a year out, beating Jake Paul on Netflix, right? In what was a huge payday, about $90 million. And he was in Nigeria simply to spend New Year with family when this tragedy struck. The plan had been for Joshua to fight again in Saudi Arabia in February before eventually moving towards his long talked about Tyson Fury fight in 2026. Joshua had lost two people close to him when they were traveling, I believe, from Ogun State back to Lagos State, right?
Lagos to Ogun State.
Oh, he was going from Lagos to Ogun State when reportedly one of the tires of the car they were in, the vehicle they were in, burst, and it led to the driver swerving and trying to gain control of the car, but sadly the drove into a stationary truck, which led to the death of two of his very close friends, and I believe part of his training crew as well. Very sad story. Rest in peace to Shin Ogami and Lateef Ayodele, who died in the crash in Nigeria. It's very sad. It's very, very, very sad. Jake Paul even said something, said RIP to Shin Ogami and Kevin Lateef Ayodele. My thoughts and prayers are with the families and friends, and of course, AJ. Very sad story, guys. I don't know. I mean, it's a global story, of course. The Nigerian president has reacted to it. It's so sad. If you look at it, the victims, Shin Ogami and Lateef Ayodele, they both worked closely with Anthony Joshua. They were very good friends. Shino was his strength and conditioning coach for more than 10 years. He also co-founded Evolve Gym in London, which says on its website that Gami was a qualified sport and exercise rehabilitator who specializes in musculoskeletal injuries and corrective exercise. Lateef Lats was known for his passion for gymming, very dedicated to Islam. He said, finding Islam in 2012 has been my biggest blessing. He once wrote in a pinned post from 2020. That's it. Very sad story.
When I saw the news, when I saw the push, like the news flash, I thought, it was something that, Nigerian journalists are just using somebody's name. Maybe the person has the same name as Anthony Joshua and they are using it to, clickbait. Then I opened it and I couldn't believe it. I was like, yo, fam, this is sad. It's tragic. After like your biggest payday in boxing, just want to come back to your country of origin. and just enjoy with your folks, and something sad like that happened, and your two friends again. Man, I can't imagine the amount of survivor's guilt to be having right now. It's just sad. I know they're going to be buried this today or tomorrow, and it's a shame what happened, man. It's a shame what happened.
So like so many like I think this thing I think deeply about these things, right? And most times I just come back to every time I come back to one major flaw that cuts across everything.
What
And
was that?
not I think we lack I would say a code of conduct as Nigerians. Right? And
I don't agree. We do
Okay.
not lack it. It does not exist.
it does not exist.
You know, when you say, "Oh, we
And-
lack," it's like it's something
Yeah,
there.
What do you
okay,
mean
yeah,
we
it's
by
don't
like-
want
what
to.
do you
We do-
what do you
it's-
mean
it's-
what do you mean by
it's-
code of conduct, please?
Okay. I mean, for example, what's the code of conduct like when you are driving? What's the code of conduct when you're using public infrastructure? What's your responsibility to like a stranger next to you as a Nigerian? Like these are like some codes of conduct that I can just think about from the top of my head. Ayo, do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like,
Yeah, I get you
how
now,
do
yeah.
we, for example, like why am I asking this question? Why would someone steal the phone of a popular figure who has just been involved in a tragic accident, right? Someone who
His
has
phone
just seen
was
two of
stolen.
his closest friends. Yes, his phone
Excuse
is-
me.
Oh, you've not seen that story?
Excuse
His
me.
uncle, his uncle in Shagamu gave an interview to BBC, and the man said that when the thing happened, when the accident happened, Anthony Joshua's phone was stolen.
Excuse me.
Bro, guy, you've not seen it. Please, Ayo, while I'm talking, please search for it and see if you see something like that. Right? Then, why would a truck be parked at the side of a major highway? Like these are things that you should see as we like. If you have a code of conduct as Nigerians, that's something you should see. And you park your car somewhere and make a call. I'm like, can I give you guys a gist? So I got my car. The dealer that I could do negotiations with, agree on pricing and everything with, is like 4 hours away from where I stay. So on a Saturday, like I had a guy, Nedu, Osagie, Nedu now. He stays in the city in Hamilton. So I went there. He helped me, did the negotiation. I just went to carry the car. So while I was driving, that was the first time I was driving on a highway here. So I'm still kind of, I know I've read the handbooks and everything, but reading and like just seeing it is kind of like different. So I was still having, if someone watches me closely, they will know that, oh, something is off with this guy, because I'm braking unnecessarily.
I thought that was just how you drive normally, even in Lagos.
No, come on. I'm an excellent driver.
Okay.
Excellent driver. Nobody will tell me that.
I've been on the driver's side when you've driven that. So I
That's
thought that
a
was
lie.
just
The
you on
only
a
thing
normal day.
the only thing I don't do is that I don't speed. The only thing anybody will be frustrated with me driving is that I don't speed.
What do you mean I don't speed? I don't speed.
I
You
don't,
go
I
slow.
don't.
It's two different
I
things.
go slow.
Please go ahead.
So, do you know that immediately I came into my city, a police car followed me and kind of like put on the light, so I stopped. And he came down. I was like, oh, that he received some calls from like people about my driving. That he observed me for a while. He didn't see anything there. He just wanted to ask me if I was good, what happened. I was like, to be honest with you, this is what happened. This is my first time driving. We had like a conversation, and he was like, oh, okay. The thing that saved me was that he observed me before stopping me to see if any of those calls that he received was like saying like if he could see some of the things that they mentioned to him on the call. They mentioned to them on the call, but he didn't see it. But he stopped me anyway.
Wait, who is the person telling you this?
The policeman.
Okay.
For
And you know why he received those calls? It's a code of conduct.
So something is off. With
Something
this
is
guy.
wrong with it, and I appreciated it.
Yeah,
It made me
there
feel
might be
safe.
something. He might have received bad
He
news.
might
There's
be
something
drunk or
off.
something. Might be sick. There's something wrong with that guy.
And then
That's
they
a
placed the call.
responsibility. That's a code of conduct, Ayo. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
That's
a civil-
someone being
in a
responsible.
civil- in a civil society.
The person that made that call would have passed me and gone to his house and slept off. Oh, there's one guy driving nonsense, but he thought about the danger to other road users. He thought about even my own life. Do you understand what I'm saying? he thought about it to say, no, that's not, something is wrong. He made a call to maybe there were two people in the car. Oh, please make a call to the policeman, to the police, dial 911, maybe give them the description of the car, stuff like that. And that's it. And when I came somewhere, the policeman followed me for like about 2-3 minutes. He admitted to me that he didn't say anything wrong with my driving. But he just wanted to give me that information that this is what happened. I said, oh, to be very honest, this is what happened. And I know where it happened. There's a one way that led into a double lane. When he went into the double lane, there was a sign there. I didn't understand it. So I was kind of confused. This double lane, should I continue on my own side, on that side of the lane, on the left side but I noticed that all the cars that were on my side were going into the other right lane. That means it's now a double lane. But the first instance, at first, I thought they were going to another direction. I didn't want to miss my way because I missed it twice, right? And I had to spend another 30 minutes on the road. So I was tired at that time. This is like 8 p.m., 9 p.m. Do you get? Yeah. So I was like, so that was where that was the particular place I know they made that call. Because I kind of hesitated a bit before I said, okay, let me just join these people. If I have another 30 minutes, it's fine. But someone had that responsibility to make a call to say, man, there's a car driving here. I don't understand. Please check it out. That's the code of conduct I'm talking about. If I see a truck on the highway, I should be able to sit down, drive to the side, and call someone to say, it's not right that this truck is here. But why is this truck here? If we start raising those concerns, that's the code of conduct I'm talking about. How do we behave? What's our responsibility?
Okay.
That's just the first thing that comes to my head. That's the most thing I've thought about from this whole Anthony Joshua thing. From the emergency responses to even preventing the accident themselves, to even the company that did the car hire and gave them that driver that reportedly does not have a driver's license.
And that doesn't matter. If he has or he doesn't have.
You say it does not matter.
Are you saying
it does not matter
Nigeria?
now? Why does it matter if he has a driver's license or not?
Are you saying this
it's true. It does not matter actually, because how do we get our driver's license? Thank you. It's true. It's true. I apologize.
You're not assessed now to get a driver's license in Nigeria. You don't go through any proper assessment, so it doesn't matter if you have or not.
It does not matter.
I know people that have driver's license that don't know how to drive. I've been there. I told you guys on the podcast. They gave the girl. I was renewing my own, right? They gave her an Android phone and said she should go to the website, and the website was not loading the pages. And then the guy helped her and said, "This is the assessment," and they just there and they laughed about it and they gave her an ID card.
And that is somebody who mostly.
And we don't know if the girl has driven a car or not, or has trained. We don't know. There was no database or anything. I was there. So it's not whether he has ID card or he doesn't have ID card doesn't mean.
You can see the chain of effects of how, just give him a license, nothing happened. Then you now go and drive.
I swear, Osagie asked that question at first. I didn't think about it. What does it matter if he has the driver's license or not?
Yeah. Then you now go and drive a world champion. It's like, God will protect us now. Something.
But going back to this code of conduct before I go into my other thing, because I don't.
Yeah.
Two people's lives have been lost, and Joshua has gone through one of the most miserable things he has gone through.
Horrendous.
And there's some critiquing I want to give around this, but I would not face him because of all the things he's gone through. Yeah. I think he deserves all the empathy in the world right now. He's lost two people. There's a lot of trauma going there and depression, a lot going there, and I hope he gets out of it. Right? But the code of conduct, just to talk on that, is number one, Steve. There's no code of conduct. Nigerians don't understand code of conduct because they've not been taught it. You can only do something that you've been taught.
Yeah.
So it's lack of education. Because I have when I was thinking about
also,
it, I had three things.
There's also the monkey see, monkey do thing. Right? If you don't see people doing something on a regular, you won't do it.
Yeah.
There's the education that you should have where, you should help people. Some of these things are not taught in schools. They are just way of life. Right? On your streets, they come and pick the garbage. Maybe today they are picking organic, so it's the green beans you put out. And they've come to pick everything. And then maybe one of your neighbors had gone to work or something, and then his bin is still at the start of the street. Just, it behooves you to take the bin and place it for your neighbor. There's nothing there. Those are just basic things. But we don't have those things. In fact, what we have right now, right, on every level, up to even the elite class, is survival mode and survival instincts.
On an individual level, yeah.
Do you understand? That is where we are. And I think me living outside of Nigeria for a long time has given me a clear perspective on how the two things can exist. And I can't blame Nigerians for, I'm not going to blame any Nigerians and say you don't have a code of conduct. The problem in Nigeria is that we gloss over a lot of things,
The tiny things, the small
right?
details.
I know
Yeah.
we even gloss over like our problems and wrap it with a very nice bow, and then it constantly tricks us to think we live in a sane society
Well, we
in
are
Nigeria.
not.
It was when I was having a conversation with LD, we were just talking. I said, Osagie, we've gone through trauma for years. And I said, I don't understand. He said, getting down of a bus and the bus not stopping and you have to jump down. It's there's a level of there's something it does to your brain, but you don't know it does anything to your brain. It's try and explain, you know what? Try and explain like everyday normal life to somebody who doesn't live to Nigeria. What do they usually say? They will say that that's
crazy.
crazy. That's what they usually say. Bro, from jungle justice, do you know how normalized jungle justice is in Nigeria? I'm telling you, my brother and I were coming back from school. We go to different schools. We come back, drop our bag on the seat and say, we saw them. They were killing somebody today. The guy stole money and they killed the guy.
Just
And then I'm
casually,
eating food
bro.
and I'm moving on with life.
Secondary
bought the
school.
guy. So you saw the guy's carcass.
Bro, a teenager casually
Do you
discussing.
understand?
Bro,
killing.
I'm 14
burst
and
your
I'm just
brain.
telling you, they were killing someone. They gave him cement to drink. Wow, that's crazy. And then I'm
May I
eating
burst
my
bust your
beans.
brain? Guys, may I bust your
Let me
brain? My
sorry, before you say that,
Yeah.
let me, my daughter, right, went out with her mom and they caught someone shoplifting in the store. So the security guy, this doesn't happen all the time, but there's always like one security guy there. So they caught the guy shoplifting, white guy, they pinned him down and then they were radioing the police. Person stole something, I don't know, cannot be more
Minor.
than 10 euros or even less. Do you understand? The effect of my daughter watching that thing, because I was just coming home and I saw her crying. And I'm like, what happened? There was a shoplifting incident. With who?
With the surprise, what's happened?
What's
Saw them
it?
catch somebody and pin the person down. Then
Let me
she's
do.
crying. And I'm like, what will you then see if they start killing somebody? What does that do to you when the first one, the second one, the third one, the fourth one happens? What does it do to you when law enforcement comes into a place and beats up everybody? Law enforcement.
Yeah, so
There's always there's been first times of everything. Go back to the very first time where you saw police come into a situation and you thought, they've come to rescue it, and then they slapped everybody, including you.
They arrest everybody. Because everybody will pay themselves. So that means more money for them.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
What happens when they rob you and then you go to the police station to report? What happens when you are sexually assaulted and you go to the police station to report and the female police officer is saying, Yusuf, waiting you wear now?
why you work? You two they wear clothes like a shower.
Do you understand? These are decades of mind
Programming.
fuck
Yeah,
that when you see a trailer on the road, you are not calling anybody to get the trailer off, Steve. Do you understand what is going on?
I get it. I get it.
So we are Nigeria is basically on the level of Sudan in terms of madness, mentally madness. In Sudan now, if there's an accident, they'll steal the person's phone. You understand? I'm not saying all parts of Sudan. I'm saying like war-torn areas.
Yes.
You understand my point? So I use Sudan as an example. Sorry if
Well,
I'm not
law-
mentioning the whole
well,
of Sudan.
law and order
But
book.
like in a war-torn area, if something went off and there was an accident, the person there will steal the person's phone. Like that, they are in survival mode.
Yes.
That is Nigeria. We just gloss on it with
Dirty
telecoms, dirty December. You
Afrobeat.
understand? Afrobeat, Nollywood, excessive display of wealth by the 1%.
Yeah.
football.
You understand?
Football. Yeah,
Football, but what is happening? It's like football. I think it was Colin Ludo that was breaking down how they were critiquing people, and he started breaking down 0 point something percent of people will never get to play football. There was one, it's the same point, but we gloss on it too much with so many things. You come on Twitter, we gloss on it where like people who should not be having access, and that's why they say, people that travel, they will say some crazy stuff. But like people are battling so much poverty, but you have access to things that you should not be prioritizing. You should be I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
Nigeria jumps levels
The
of
basics.
of basics and then plays with some other levels and then we think we're on that level.
Level. Yeah.
Quick example.
Why your
A
foundation
lot
is
of
bad.
people did not use the desktop computer, but they started using mobile phones. So you
Yeah.
have you have people who are sort of like illiterates because they don't understand the concept of copy and paste, but they can use a mobile
functional
phone.
illiterates. Yeah, functional
You, you,
illiterates.
you, you understand what's going on? We jump levels of enlightenment and education and get on another level and start playing on that level.
When our foundation is bad.
So I've worked with many young people. If you give them a computer, they actually can't use a computer. When I say, oh, go to where the files are stored, just go to like the C drive or something, they're just looking at me like, what are you talking about? Like we have dysfunctional functioning people in the society. Which leads me to what I want to say about like this whole Joshua thing. This is the first thing that came, and I'm sorry, I'm a bit brutal about it. But if I made $90 million like last week, right? The last place I'm going to is Ogun State.
I said this in this
I
group.
would
and
say-
people handed me. But anyway,
I would say
If I made 90 million, I'm going to say this real close. If I made $90 million, if I need to go to Ogun State, bruv,
the protocol will be elite.
bro, I'm moving
first-
I'm moving like the president.
Yep,
bruh.
From the SUV to everything, bro. I'm coming.
everything.
I made $90 million. How many cars were
Yup.
on the road when the accident happened? How many cars?
Two
Was it a
cars.
convoy? Two cars.
Two cars.
You made $90 million last week. What are you
Can
Yes.
never
doing?
be mean.
The
Can
state,
never be
the state should be in charge of my transportation. Like
What are
not
you-
in charge.
what
They
are you
should be,
doing?
like oversee it. I will pay for it, but I want something the best of the best. Yes.
I'm moving like if
001
the president, like 001 is coming to
was
Ogun
coming
State.
to Ogun State.
Yep.
It's the same way I'm
Choppers and
moving.
shirts.
You made $90 million last week. What are you doing, bro? Traveling like this, shirtless. Bro, I'm moving with security. The kind of guns they are the same guns that they hold at Schiphol Airport. That if it grazes your leg, you
It's
are
gone.
dead.
Wallahi.
I don't know if you get my point. You made
Yeah.
$90 million last week. Why are you moving like this, my guy?
Yeah.
Why are you
And that
moving
is what
like
Nigeria
this?
does to you. That illusion. You pick up your phone and you see what's happening in Nigeria. 30th December, Nigeria is the best place if you have money. You understand? Oh, more. See, everybody's here. Debiri is here. Everybody's here. Oh, we enter. Do you understand? Then you can't reach emergency services. It is in this same place that they were spending millions of, bro, 30th December, they spent millions of dollars, right? It's in 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers away. People were buried under a rubble for a week and the state could not get them out.
'Cause
This is
governor
the
was
same
partying.
place. Bro, people have been doing stories on the roads in Ogun State. Have you been seeing those ones? From We Are Gist to that other guy, I've forgotten his name. One young guy like that.
Yeah,
that does-
another guy that does road. He focuses on road issues.
Do you
a lot.
understand?
Yeah.
You are coming to Ogun State. You don't have anybody on your team saying, research that whole shit for me. What are the downfalls? What are the high falls? Where do we need to be? Bro,
Osagie.
you made $90 million. You can't hire security personnel that can give you the the analysis of where you are going to. And then it is a stationary, your tire burst. God damn it. I can't. Steve, see
I
how we
said it.
moved when we even came to Lagos. See,
Yep.
bro, I
The
paid for
precision.
insurance. You know, I paid for insurance that if anything happens to us, there's a payout. I sent it to you now, Abi.
Yeah. Yep.
I paid for insurance. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what is happening? Why does Nigeria create this illusion to people? And that's what Nigeria does. It creates that beautiful
Because
illusion that
you don't
once
want
you
to
have
face the
money
truth.
and wealth, you can float above. But once problem day, that thing,
Fundamental issue. The fundamental issues
boss
come
though.
back.
you are going from denominator to denominator immediately.
Super.
Cubana chief priest will not move like that.
Well,
Because
like
And
he knows.
he has not made $90 million.
Because he knows. You know why?
did he
Because
was
knows.
he going with security personnel?
No, I didn't say there's. I didn't say any security, bro.
It is
Osagie,
if
even-
you didn't go with security personnel, that's crazy.
Osagie, even when we're going to Ibadan for your brother's wedding, see how careful we were on that road. Because we know that this road, we know that expressway has serious issues. The accident rate and death rate on that road is too high. in a sane society, then you as a multi-millionaire, you are casually going on the road where people die. No, come on now. You have to make better choices at the end of the day.
2 people are dead.
Yeah.
They're dead. Their family is not going to see them anymore. They're gone.
2 sons, 2 breadwinners, 2 fathers.
They're dead. Bro, you are going to Nigeria. It should be like, okay, I am going to Afghanistan. It's the same thing. All the indications are there. The passport index is there. The no-fly ban zones. Having everything. Why do people still not want to classify and put Nigeria? And you guys can say I'm very anti-patriotic right now. But why don't you guys want to classify and put Nigeria in the position where it is? Why do we still call ourselves giants? Why do we still do all these things when we don't do?
It's the lie. Is those lies that we tell ourselves. That's why we're still.
That's why we're here now. That is why your politicians.
You saw the Daily Mail reporter that came to the scene.
I saw it.
You look at the shock with which he was talking about what was happening on the road, the one way speed limit thing. Like the guy was just dumbfounded. He didn't understand how people are just moving as if they are mad. Bro, you could see the shock on his face. He didn't understand what was happening. Bro, that guy can write a book about his trip.
Tell me if this is not
life.
how people move in a war-torn country.
Yeah, I agree.
Tell me if that is not Mad Max behavior.
Bro,
it is Mad Max. Thank you. That's what I've been trying to remember. It is Mad Max, bro.
It's a dystopian world now.
It is Mad Max, bro.
I need people to understand that we travel on the road in Nigeria. You see someone excreting on the side of the road, and you keep.
And we think it's normal. Yeah. Osagie, that's even better.
We see dead bodies on the road, and we keep moving like we don't call anybody.
Have you seen one way on Tomiland Bridge before?
In our Lagos, you see dead body on the street for 2 days.
Bloated.
It should just be there.
I
don't understand, bro.
Steve, I've seen one way on Tomiland Bridge. The hold up was so bad, like going back to the mainland. Downforce started taking one way
Easily.
on the other side with the headlights on, full in a state, in a city that has a governor, that has his own private traffic organization, traffic agency. At the end of the day,
I don't even think that's the worrying one. The worrying one is when they go with security personnel.
Oh yes, the one-way one. Yes, definitely. That legitimizes the bullshit. Like every facet of human decency in Nigeria has never even been there in the first place. So we don't even know what it is to be a model citizen in 2026.
Yes, it's cause of conduct.
And that's because once they rob you of your humanity and your basic education, you begin to move like zombies, which is exactly what this country is designed to do.
Okay.
I'm sure you guys.
It's not.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure.
Sorry. Finish.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys, when you guys settled in, your respective places, you had culture shock because you saw how people were moving with intent, accuracy.
Didn't I just mention a handbook I was reading
Yes.
for my driving test?
Yeah.
Didn't I just mention a handbook that I read for my driving test? I had to read a handbook, bro. Went for a written test, then 2 practical tests.
Bro,
to
this
driving
is a country
test.
where we have policemen and we cannot still call policemen in case of emergency. Our police force is nothing more than a corruption guzzling institution. It doesn't solve anything on a basic level.
We've now established that it's not a moral deficiency. It's lack of education. Right? So what do we do? What are the easiest win that we have? We have we're not taught, I'm not like in the way our educational system is set up, curriculum, and these things are not being taught well enough. 1. And 2, the government itself are not using the infrastructure that they have. The infrastructure they have, like agencies like National Orientation Agency, agencies like that. They're not using it to propagate this education also.
Steve, this thing you said just reminded me of something. I had to collect money from a woman at the bus stop with POS. She said, please, when I'm doing the transfer, I should put refund, not POS there. A government that knows that is about to make major tax overhaul in the system needs to go at least 1 year orientation to grassroots.
Yeah, it was 2 shots.
Bro, there is still so much panic on the streets because people don't know.
It was 2 shots. Yeah.
But we
And
have
Tayo was just on
somebody
TV speaking English, and nobody's understanding
who cares
him.
about his English. Now
Nobody
we have,
understands you, bro.
but guess what? We have an orientation agency that has a head. Those people there are collecting salary and they're not
Yep.
doing any work. So we are joking. We are not being serious. I don't care what lofty idea the president has. If you are not going to the grassroots and fundamentally changing the genetic code of Nigerian society right now,
To be fair to Tinubu, he has changed something.
What's that?
He has changed something, which is our national anthem. You know, so
do you know that we don't know the meaning of the national anthem?
let's see make I talk again, man. Let's see what make I talk. Like a president just said, this man just said, like, he felt so strongly about it. And we had the fastest process ever in a National Assembly to pass this thing into law.
Like 72 hours. They just done like, bro.
It meant so much to him that you
Soft
imagine,
work.
imagining, like, how deeply did he think about this thing? What did Tinubu think that this national anthem thing was going to do? Like, I don't understand.
I told you that thing. I told you that thing. The answer to that thing is who approved that national anthem when he was in power. That's the answer to this thing.
That's the answer to this thing. Yeah, you talked about
definitely,
it.
definitely. Yeah, so
it's education, bro. We need education, bro.
But you're talking about in an ideal scenario. I'm talking about like the straight scenario. It's worsening from here. I'm sorry, I sound pessimistic.
It's
right?
worsening,
but I think
bro,
I have earned the right to be pessimistic.
After all your years in Nigeria, I agree. Yes. Yeah,
there is no, you know how Steve said, so how do we fix this? We need to. There's no fixing it. That's the problem, Steve. It's worsening. It's worse now than it was 10 years. Bro, let's follow data here and look at projections. If we just follow data here and stop with our wishful thinking and hopeful thinking, is that hope that kills? It's like being an Arsenal fan.
It's the hope and the wishful thinking that kills Nigerians. Yeah.
Objection.
You understand what I'm saying? So Steve, when Steve says, so how do we fix this? We need to now get it's not happening. That's like ideal scenario, right? That's like textbook talk. What I'm trying to tell you is that irrespective of these things, right? People are still going to get their driver's license without passing an assessment. It's not going to stop.
Nobody's drilling down on the basics.
Nobody's drilling down on the basics. It's never going to get to a point where everybody say, okay, no, we need to take assessments now. This can't happen anymore. It's not going to stop. It's what we used to think that bad cannot be, evil cannot be for this long. They will eventually change it because bro, 30 years ago, people were not taking assessments. Then imagine,
and people are still not taking assessments.
Imagine a grown-up person in 30 years ago saying, people are not taking assessments, but in the future, I'm sure it will happen. 30 years later, people are still not taking assessments. It means like logic. Stupidity to believe. In another 30 years, people are not going to take assessments.
Illogically, it shows that nothing will get better.
Which means that the driving behavior and driving conduct on the way is going to get worse. Yeah.
It's simple, and and the problem is, and it makes it worse now that I've left Nigeria. So like some of my Nigerian friends say, Osagie always just being pessimistic, blah 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 blah. And there's this whole notion around people who have left Nigeria,
who have left country,
over critical of Nigeria.
I've been as critical as Nigeria before I left. What I'm just trying to tell you is that hopeful thinking, right, is a killer. Stop it. We think elections. There's never been an election that did not involve that was free and fair.
That involved the loss of a life. Yeah.
In fact, that's a brilliant one. When has there been an election that someone didn't die? You know that? Then is in 2027. We'll now say, in 2027, hopefully nobody dies. When there is
take steps,
recorded
history for you to follow.
Of every time there's a federal election, the general people die. Then you're now saying in 2027 people will not die. Is that not madness?
What have you put in place that you think people will not die?
Do you understand? You didn't correct anything.
By hope. Yes, we know it's just by hope.
This is 1 year, almost a year from the elections. As you and I did, we are looking at each other through this laptop now. We know that people are going to die.
No, obviously. People will die.
The people that are going to die, they are alive, they are well. They've probably eaten this morning. They've drank tea. But they are going to die.
They're going to die. For another man's ambition.
Do you understand what's going on? Then we will now say, how do we solve this problem? There's no solving of the problem, guys. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
In question where I meet before the bomb.
This 30 December was crazy. Anthony Joshua fight. We're going to go into the next one. What's this next one?
Drowning.
there was the drowning. This
It's just
December,
an emergency.
he had the
It's
worst
just a
PR.
conversation about emergency, from the incident to the boat incident to the recent fire at the Great Insurance House in Balogun. Like
Yes.
everything just.
There's more than one fire now. There was more. Yes, there was the fire one. There was the building collapsing.
Yeah,
was
there's the
No,
building.
it was the fire that caused the collapse, right? Are you not talking
okay.
about
Yes.
the?
It's the
Yes.
same thing. Okay.
Also, there was a market. There have been
Market
also fire
burning.
incidents at
Different
some markets
places,
in Lagos. Yeah,
Did you hear
Coastal
what-
market who was on fire
one
and
in
all of that,
Ikeja,
right?
yeah.
Did you hear what the Lagos State government aid said? It said it's
No.
Igbo people behind it.
Those ones will take it to say anything.
Yeah,
I don't even want to even grant that some space. That's just nonsense. My point is, I think this dirty December, it's almost like Lagos, right, said this dirty December, we're going to show you how infrastructurally we are not
Things are bad.
compliant and we cannot even carry dirty December.
It
Bro, I
counts.
saw the most complaints this year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys saw videos, and a lot of price hike, of course, granted, that was going to happen. But just a lot of things are not working, things are broken, things
It
are
can't
bad.
work because you want to create this tourist attraction, right, on fundamentals that do not exist. How can Lagos, that is not even a mega city in terms of infrastructure, accommodate? I mean, the people who came to Dirty December is a small fraction of the people that will attend the World Cup in America and Canada and Mexico. And we cannot handle that. We cannot handle that because, one, your roads are terrible, right? Living conditions are bad. Even your so-called luxurious spaces, you see uncovered gutter, you see pollution, you see lack of electricity. There are security issues. Emergency services do not work. So in case I get in an accident, like those poor souls that lost their lives drowning, who's going to rescue me at the end of the day? I go to the club and buy fake alcohol. It's killing my liver, it's killing my kidney. So there are issues. And the thing is that obviously the political class will always look at these things and not want to solve any problem. Because one, it favors them to keep it like this. Two, they do not even have the willpower to do it. So yeah, it's like everything Nigeria has always wanted to build, out of the passion of young people. Is it Nollywood? Yes, we built Nollywood home videos. At one point, home videos crashed because there wasn't the infrastructure to go to the next level. Oh, Netflix came and saved us. What happened? It crashed again. Afrobeats to the world, we did it wrong. We did it with Alaba. The world came, it crashed because we do not even have our own systems. Nothing can happen if we do not have our own system, whether it's physical infrastructure or business infrastructure. And we've clearly seen that Lagos is just, like we'll be saying it on this podcast, it's just hype at the end of the day. There's no difference between where we are staying in Lekki and where somebody is staying in Okokomaiko. It's the same rubbish that is going on. Don't let club lights deceive you. Don't let sparklers in club lights deceive you. Or don't let people dancing at beach resorts deceive you. Or the good music. Or if you see your favorite Afrobeat artist going shirtless in public at 6 a.m. I know a lot of people want to connect back home to their country of origin or birth or whatever. But Lagos is a shithole. There is a floating city, literally in Lagos, where the pollution is epic at the end of the day. This is a state where there are no traffic lights in the state capital. There is a ghetto in the state capital. And you would know, come on, let's. So no matter how you design or refurbish the National Theatre and your governor comes out and makes wonderful statements and there's your festival, and your festival was even more than the Ojude Oba festival. Bro, the problem, a festival that's where the masquerades are pointing guns at you, I don't think that's a festival anymore. I think that's a ritual, So yeah, it's a shame. Nigeria has always built on that facade of the African giants. And there's this thing that people who have crossed over, when I say crossed over, have gone over to the elite, now make it a sin that you cannot, how dare you criticize your country? Or how dare you ridicule your country or say something bad about your country? Don't believe that hype, man. Anything you see that it is bad, say it at the end of the day. Nigeria is a shithole. We do not have proper systems. People do not have code of conduct. People don't know what to do. People are not even educated enough because the education that you even receive is crap, whether private or public, is crap at the end of the day. Lecturers are announced they are going on. No, doctors have announced they are going on strike this January. People are going to die from that. But the president will rock his hublot or whatever he was rocking, and he's in Paris balling. Niggas in Paris.
Thank you very much, Ayo.
Yeah.
I want to read this report that was published on the Vanguard on January 1st. At least 6 passengers have died and 4 others rescued following a boat mishap along the Niger Dock axis of the Balogun water channel in Lagos. The incident occurred Tuesday evening at approximately 8:35 p.m., involving a Savvy Marine passenger boat en route Ilashe Beach House. Rescue operations were ongoing at press time to locate any other victims. The Lagos State Waterways Authority, LASWA, and the National Inland Waterways Authority confirmed the incident in a joint statement. Upon receiving a distress alert, both agencies activated their search and rescue teams, which coordinated closely with the Marine Police and other first responders. Preliminary findings suggest that the mishap may have been caused by a collision with a submerged object. Though investigations are ongoing to determine the exact cause. The authorities have emphasized strict adherence to safety regulations, including proper navigation practices and compliance with no night travel rule, and advise the public to rely on verified information from other resources or other official sources. Can I say something quickly?
Sorry, before I said, so there's no,
Yes.
so night travel on water is banned in Lagos. I didn't know that.
Yeah, well,
Well,
no tribal. I didn't know that as well.
Yeah.
I just want to say something here, right? 6 dead, 4 rescued. These guys were going to Ilashe Beach, right?
Yes, a private beach resort, yes.
A few things that have happened in the last 1 week have led me to my strong belief, and I've always been thinking about this, but I am more than now convinced that human beings are stupid, and I do not trust human beings to make basic
Best
logical
decisions.
decisions anymore.
Yeah.
That is why I understand why people vote for who they vote for or act the way they act. And it's just a few ones. Is this Anthony Joshua one? Is this boat cruise? You are going, not boat cruise, but they were going somewhere. You are
Boat
stepping
trip,
on a
yeah.
boat. You are going to leave land and head off to another island or wherever, right? You do not wear a safety jacket. As
They
a
didn't wear
human
safety
being,
jackets.
as a human being, Ayo, Steve, I don't know how to say this. I don't want to be mean, but I'm just
But
trying to say
you play
I
with
do
your-
not
you
want to
play with
be in
your
your
life.
I do not want to be in your presence in any way, because I might just need you to save my life if an accident occurs or to make
And
a logical decision. But I can see clearly that
that you're not being logical.
yes, you're a stupid person. Do you know
Because
how
at this
many
point,
boat cruise videos I saw on Instagram that people don't wear the life jacket?
no, they don't wear now.
And I just
Part
want to
of their
send them a
physique.
message to say, if something happens to this boat and you capsize, what do you think is going to happen to you?
Osagie, why are you thinking bad? Don't think evil.
I think Osage's issue is that Osage is not a Christian and he does not
Yeah.
have faith that nothing
Yes.
bad will
You're
happen
not
to him.
hopeful.
If you
You're not
have
hopeful.
faith
You're not prayerful.
and you pray before you enter the boat, you should have the confidence that nothing will happen. Why would the boat? I mean, like, I'm taking a boat to flex or to enjoy myself.
A child of
I'm
God?
expecting the
No.
boat a child of God to capsize. Like, it does not make sense. Osage, you think about it that way. Do you get?
Did you guys watch the video of the fire mishap that happened in Australia?
No,
Yes,
I don't watch
yes.
those things. I saw the news. I read the story.
Bro, the
Which is
roof
alarming.
the roof was burning, eh?
And they were,
The DJ
They're
was
still
still
dancing.
partying and they were still dancing.
and they're still dancing.
And
In
the
fact,
fire
the
ended up
effects-
killing how many people? 40 people. Abi.
I
How
think
many people
40,
died?
yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it Australia or Switzerland?
It's Aus-
I thought was it Switzerland? That was Australia. Or Switzerland,
okay,
one
sorry.
of the two. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that was happening, right? Me, Osagie, I see small spark. I don't move.
Miss Sparkler even just do anyhow, bro.
Bro, the thing was setting on fire and people were looking at it and saying, hey, and the DJ was still playing. The thing ended up killing 40 people of those people that were shouting.
You know the scary thing about that incident? If that can happen in a country that I believe has rules, regulations for nightclub setting up and everything, is a miracle that we've not had a fire incident in a club. In
Nigeria is
Lagos.
guy. even the way, even the way. Sometimes I think about it, the way we
Clubs in
drive,
Lagos,
things
bro,
we
clubs
do.
clubs in
Nah, oh my
Lagos
guy.
only have one entrance and one exit. Where you're entering to enter the club, that door is the same exit. That alone is a problem. It's a problem that should not be allowed. Well,
Let's go to this report. This is the saddest of all.
which one?
A 25-story building collapsed in Lagos. People were trapped under this building for days, and emergency rescue services could not get them out. The videos I watched, let's read the news reports, and it centers around like a family, right? The Nigerian family has said at least 3 of their relatives died and their remains could not be properly identified after the recent fire and partial collapse of a commercial complex in Lagos. The 25-story Great Nigeria Insurance House in Balogun Market, Lagos Island, went up in flames on December 24. The fire reportedly began on the 4th floor before spreading rapidly, eventually causing part of the structure to collapse. The blaze affected floors up to the 6th floor and beyond, weakening the building and trapping occupants, including traders. Emergency officials cited poor storage practices, highly combustible materials, and structural design issues as factors that intensified the incident. Although the state government is yet to officially confirm the casualty figures, traders and eyewitnesses reported several deaths and numerous injuries. And then the story goes on and on. But I've given you guys the basis. I want to start from something which goes back to Steve's earlier, what Steve mentioned earlier, where he said code of conduct. I want to even broaden it to what? Standard organizational practices. When you have a 25-story building, there is a set of rules that happen, right? Each floor must have XYZ fire extinguishers. These fire extinguishers must be serviced every so period. Do you understand? The exit channels must be XYZ. You must have structural. What did they mention there? They said that the emergency officials cited poor storage practices. So some of the things that are stored in so places, you can't store this in this place. You can only store this in the first, those things. He mentioned what? Highly combustible materials. Some of those materials are not meant to be in the building. Maybe they can only be on the ground floor. They can only, you understand? Standard organizational practices for a 25-story building. Where I work, right? There's somebody that heads this whole quality initiative.
Yeah.
It's designed in such a way that if you want to be a truant, it is, first of all, immediately made known to people that you are just being a nuisance and being an idiot by not following the safety practices.
Yeah.
2, everybody is trained on safety practices. There's a training. There's a wiki page. You have to go and train and go through an assessment and pass it.
To show that you're a sensible human being.
What's the other thing? Yeah. What's the other thing the emergency officials cited? Structural design issues. Maybe when they built the building, they built it. Then inside there, on my own floor, because I played for my floor. Put plywood here, cover this place. Do this one, do. Do you understand? Everybody. Yeah. That's the problem I have in Nigeria. The he-haga, the anyhowness of getting things done is annoying. But if we look at where we go and play football, if you don't have proper standard seats and tables and covering for students schools, in primary school, public schools to sit down,
there's nothing else that you
are going to have it in a 25-story building?
There's nothing else you can do.
What you can do with this, that small important thing, you think it's 25-story building, they will not. No, come on, man.
Do you understand? When we are allowed to design our own houses on the street without any standard organizational practice. For every house, there must be a backyard, there must be a back door to lead to this. Do you understand? You must have it because you are going to give the plan to the local government. Local government will take the plan, and once you don't have that, why do you think you are going to have it for a 25-story building?
You can't.
Everybody designs their house the way they want to design it. Some people don't have a back door leading. It's only one entrance into their house.
Yes, no.
So you don't have standard practices across anything, no uniformity. Why do you think a society will exist? It can't exist.
Or it can't even progress, yeah.
Do you play these games like Sims, all these games, Town Crier, something, all these games that you build houses and everything? Yeah. You see the structure in design that because you can't do anything anyhow.
That's what they call. That's literally what they call urban planning.
Do you understand?
So, guys, do you guys know why I wanted to go cut my hair yesterday on Saturday. Do you guys know why I didn't go cut my hair?
Why?
Why?
So since I came here, especially since I started driving, I've been hearing this thing about like everybody here is so concerned about like DUI, driving under the influence. So
Yeah.
I go to like dinner with my colleagues. Everybody's concerned about how you getting home. Please, let's call a taxi, leave your car here, stuff like that. Like you could see people just talking about it. Like you could see, it's just a code of conduct. Like everybody's just so concerned about it. So yesterday, around 4 p.m., I had an appointment with the barbing salon to go cut my hair. So immediately at like 3:15, I got a reminder. I'm like, fuck. And I checked the time for the bus. The bus had already left. I'm like, I can't go again. Do you know why I couldn't drive? Because I
Why?
drank like it was just a can, bro. A can of beer, like about
Yeah.
3 hours earlier.
But you know when
I'm
they
like, bro, I
stop you
don't
for
want.
road.
I
You go
know,
to
no.
rest.
If they stop, nothing is going to happen. Even when I'm going to drive
Yeah.
well. I'm not under the influence. But it's just because of that thing I've been hearing for like 4 or 5 months now.
DUI.
That constant thing, how people are so concerned about driving under the influence, ensuring that once they take something, they will take the taxi. Bro, I remember going for a dinner. It was just a glass of beer that I drank now. And they were like, oh, everybody, taxi, taxi, everybody. I'm like, we not drink now.
They did. They
That's how I don't know how to put it. Like these things bothers me a lot because we don't have this sense of duty to ourselves, to strangers, to the community, to the country. We don't have it.
You know what
And
annoys
this
me?
is how citizens become leaders, and it continues.
Yeah.
You know,
If I don't
you know
have it
what
as a
annoys me?
citizen, I won't automatically have it as a leader.
At all.
Do you know what annoys me?
Like, so these things, like, I think about it so much. I'm like, bro, like, how did it get this bad, man? How?
You know what annoys me?
Oh.
Sorry, Steve. I have to, because I know you're getting infuriated. That's why I was butting it to just make you relax. You know what annoys me?
Oh.
What annoys me is people who live outside Nigeria and see how
Mhm.
things work and
Mhm.
how they should follow the law, the
The
code of
the
conduct,
rules.
etc.
Yeah.
They come back to Nigeria. There are two sets of people. They are the ones that come back for the holidays to just partake in
The
nonsense.
revelry. Yeah.
Do you understand? And they know and they enjoy it. It's almost
Because
like it's a Mad Max situation. You can kill
yeah,
someone and get away with it. You understand? It's
you,
almost like let's go and the debauchery of Lagos, the madness. Let's go and enjoy it because I've been living and following the law
you
all
don't
11 months.
you don't hook their
It's
body.
too boring.
Yeah.
So
So they
let
need
me
to
now
let that
go
steam.
into the madness. That's one. The second set of people are the ones that annoy me, are the ones that come back, the startup founders, different people. And then they know what is right, but they
But they
then
choose to do
join
wrong.
the wrong. They join it. And when it's time to critique it and say, hey, man, this thing is not right, they will say no. It's okay, it's Nigeria. We will get there where Nigeria is.
We are evolving our own systems.
They are the most evil people. But I think they realize quickly that evil wins and then they joined
Yeah,
it.
even wins.
Maybe
Yeah,
maybe they
it is.
adapted to the evil system. True that.
Yes.
It is.
Speaking about evil winning, the Lagos State governor has confirmed 8 people died in that building collapse and fire. Right?
How many days after?
10 days, sir.
Okay.
10 days.
I know what happened. He was busy with 30 December. Our
He
governor
was
has
actually
to
on holiday,
partake.
then came back on Friday and said, okay, guys, I'm back. What's going on? What's on the docket? Oh, sir, 25-story building crashed. People are dead. Really? Oh, let's go there now. Get the cars. Let's go. And make sure you get the photographers. So when I
No, the
point around,
photographers
they
have to
take
be
my pictures.
Pontius Pilate. Come on, man.
Pointer in chief. My God.
Do you understand it? A 25-story building. Guys, listen to this. A 25-story building collapsed on December 24. The governor of the and had people trapped there for days. Don't forget, people trapped there for days. The governor of the state did not put out a statement or visit the site until 10 days later. Somebody,
That's an
how do you
impeachable
convince
offense.
me that this person cares for people in his state? That's the problem I have when I argue with pro government people, pro APC people, and all these guys, right? Because they come out and want to defend everything. Problem I have is that when I ask them this question, they can't answer it. They stay silent. How does this guy care for people if only after 10 days is when you're coming to put a statement out? How? Convince me. Convince me.
That 25-story building is owned by the great. They call it the Great Nigeria
Great.
Insurance House, right?
Yes.
Do you think the house is insured?
For a house that is called the Greater Insurance, please, if it's not, I'm, you know what? I'm going to leave this
It's
podcast
not.
if it's not insured.
It's
I'm
not.
I'm
don't
just
worry.
asking.
I'm already saying.
Are
it's
you
not.
sure? But
If this podcast, I said this podcast is not insured. If that building was not insured, I'm leaving this recording now. You have information there. Are you looking at information
no, I'm
there saying
just
it is
saying.
insured or not?
What an irony it would be if the Great Insurance House, the Great Nigeria Insurance House, is not insured. Oh man,
What to do, guys? What to do? The governor
There's
came
what
out
to
10
do.
days. Day 1, day 2, day 3.
Killing.
There's no
10
how you didn't
days.
see it on your phone.
Bro, people under the rubble of the house were calling that they were stuck in there.
Did you see
So
the
there
guy
was
telling his
confirmation that
wife,
people
if
were
you have
alive.
those Abuki that packs stone,
Yes.
please just
So
tell
there's
give
confirmation
any
that people-
amount.
There were people alive under the building, but nothing was done to. Man, come on, man.
What works in Nigeria? I'm going to play a video of the FRSC officer who is talking about Nigerians
So is-
to be proactive, right? Using
Yeah.
the Nigerian emergency number. He says
Yeah, I
people
saw that
need to be
video.
proactive. There's an accident. Call. The number is there. It was on Arise. Let me play the
And
video.
guess-
I remember I was in Abuja when we were distributing handbills, and one was given to a very dark man. One time, and you know his nature, he just say, let's see whether
should I call one?
is
Okay, let me try
Android?
it.
Yeah, it's true.
Is that Android?
It's Android.
Call 122. He just called the line, and the next thing, he said, Nigeria is working. This thing, they responded. That is if they had called that line, they would have signaled, then the people come. And the essence of the patrol team is to get you to the point.
Does not exist. Please check the number and try again. Thank you.
You can still try it. He said it does not exist.
Yeah, but if I was an emergency,
No, are you people serious?
That one is not
It's on Arise.
beyond FRSC.
This has to be.
The network is
this has to be-
beyond FRSC. You
Is
are
this
talking
video
as
real?
if your own phone too wouldn't have given you such. We are used to this. So they got there. When they get there,
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is an FRSC officer saying that if, and I think he was alluding to them, Anthony Joshua, I don't know, right? Because I haven't heard the full thing. But
I think it was before. I think this happened before.
This happened before. He was alluding to an an accident that happened, that if they had called the Nigerian emergency number 122, that the officers from the either the FRC or the emergency responders would have come to save the day. And then the lady, the interviewer, the presenter on the show, the host, then calls the 122 there. And he says what? The number does not exist. Is there... I need to go to El Nathan's. There's something El Nathan said. Brilliant, by the way. El Nathan, he referenced this video and he said something. Let me look for that tweet. He says, you cannot satirize Nigeria, right? You can't create satirical content from Nigeria. Nigeria arrives pre-satirized. I always said that the effectiveness of satire is directly proportional to the people's ability to feel shame. Satire is useless against the shameless.
Yes, no. What do you want to shame the shameless for?
That's what he said. Please go and buy any El Nathan John's book that he writes about Nigeria. It's the best ever. Have
Does he
you
have
seen
books
the
on
story?
Nigeria?
Have you seen the CNN story where they talked about Anthony Joshua's car? Larry Madowo put this tweet out, right? This is when it happened on 29th or 28th. He said Anthony Joshua's car was speeding and lost control while overtaking and rammed into a stationary truck. Nigerian authorities say two unnamed foreigners with him were killed. The British Nigerian, it goes on and on. El Nathan puts a screenshot of a chapter of one of his book he wrote. The name of the chapter is How to Die. Let me read it for you real quick, right? The book is called Becoming a Nigerian, a Guide. This chapter is called How to Die. It says, this is how to die in Nigeria. You have to first of all understand that death is not a noun or a state. It is an event, the success of which requires proper planning. One way to die in Nigeria is to ensure that in life you did something worth remembering. This action need not be good or exemplary. In Nigeria, no one cares if you were good or evil when you die. The only crime is dying without having done anything worthy of note. Like dying so poor, no one knows your name. Death, especially that of someone rich or powerful, confers sainthood that cannot be challenged. Coup plotters and government thieves assume the title of elder statesmen and heroes of the nation. It will become forbidding to research your deeds and you will be beautified. You may even get a posthumous national award or have some universities and streets named after you. And most importantly, the newspaper will carry ads about your unfortunate exit or call to glory. In this way, your death will have meaning. So please, to die in Nigeria, acquire power and wealth. Do not die in the company of an important person or people if you yourself have not attained importance or notoriety. If you go and die in the company of an ex-governor or ex-militant, the news will say Governor so and so has died in a ghastly motor accident. Then the report may add that also among the casualties were 2 persons traveling in his convoy. No one will know which of the 2 unidentified persons you are. If you are male or female, they won't know. You will pass on into the oblivion without so much as an ad in the paper. Because in Nigeria, you are a number unless you are important. God forbid that this should happen to you. The only exception is to die in a plane crash. This is the most respectable death for persons without a title to their name. The flight manifest, one of the few records that are consistently available on demand in Nigeria, makes it possible to have a full list of everyone on board. Usually, this list is published and the whole world can receive notice of your untimely death. Your name will appear in the full newspapers and the news reports. Your death will matter. Do not make the mistake of dying in a luxury bus accident. You do not want to go out with the headline, "Dozens perish in bus crash." Because to die is one thing and to perish is another. If you are fortunate, the reporter will say something like 25 crushed to death, with an emphasis on the crushing instead of the dying. All people will see in their hands will be human flesh being crushed. No face, no identity, no names. A round of applause to Nathan John. I couldn't have said it. I'm going to buy all his books. I'm going to buy all his books because I've seen his books as well. I'm going to buy all his books because nobody characterizes Nigeria as much as El Nathan has done.
It's so interesting. It's so interesting he talked about the dying on a plane crash thing, because I see that that's the one mode of transportation that's like treated with a lot of respect in Nigeria. To start with, you don't see anybody preaching at the airports. That is a sign of when you go somewhere and nobody's preaching, it's a sign of wealth.
Yeah, you are serious.
Actually, you are very right, because if you die in a bus crash, there's no manifest. There's a manifest though, because
there's a manifest, but it's not properly documented. It's not properly documented.
But because in like airplanes, because we're linked to international flights and everything, you have to put it in a space where
it's accessible. Yes. There's a story of where a popular transport line, the passengers were kidnapped, and they could not release the manifest for some reasons or something.
I remember that case. Yeah.
If you go to a transport line and you want to you want to board a bus from Lagos to Asaba or Lagos to Port Harcourt, a pastor will come and pray for you people now.
Yes.
After praying, he'll tell you that his ministry needs money for everybody to contribute. Stuff like that.
Lord.
The airport is the only place I've not seen it in Nigeria.
And guess what? When our airlines are not given the license to even operate at other airports, you see how many issues they have.
Yeah.
How they don't do this, they don't do this, they don't do this, and they'll not call it persecution. How the
Yeah, exactly.
international aviation community wants to get rid of Nigerian airlines because I think Nigerian airlines are the ones making money in international aviation.
It has to be.
Security complex as Nigerians is irritating now.
Any small thing you criticize the Nigerian, you criticize the Nigerian, they'll say it's persecution, and that is why we are where we are. You will never take correction.
Sucks. This national emergency number that they keep talking about
can you just put a pin in that? I'm going to bring you back to that, please. I just saw something on Twitter now because I was reading on the internet thing. The White House just put up a picture of Donald Trump, black and white, stepping out of a motorcade car. There's a motorcade or so, and it says no games. Fafo, fuck around, find out.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
the White House just tweeted this. I'm telling you, and they wrote FAAFU. F around, F out. Find out. The White House, guys. 2026. No rules. I'm just saying, man. Please. The emergency response number. Yes, Steve.
Yeah, I'm saying we keep talking about this emergency response. It's 112, right?
122.
122, sorry. But do you know what it means to have a national emergency? Is it a national emergency number or is it a state emergency?
I
believe it should be a national emergency.
I called one.
Do you know what it is to have
people in my neighborhood who were being thugs and disturbing the neighborhood?
Do you know what it means to have a national emergency number? It's ingrained in the consciousness of everybody.
Yes, no.
Steve, what's America's number? Emergency line. Thank you. It's all over.
And it doesn't just stop at having it. It has to be integrated into like our communication. What's the framework with? Okay, we have an emergency number, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there any collaboration with our telecoms to make it like something like when you get a phone, automatically is there? Like you have. Why is it in Nigeria that our emergency phones?
I think it is. There should be an emergency line on your phones. I think there is.
Are you sure it's not 911?
It can't be 911 here in Nigeria.
Are you sure?
I've never tried it.
If your iPhone dies, if you die 911, you can still. You'll still be able to have some life.
I don't know if he has that feature, but I think there is ingrained in all Nigerian lines. But how functionalities, I don't know. It is. Yeah.
Okay. Please help me find out. Let me know.
And again, this emergency line, is it also connected to the Nigerian police force? So I might not need. Okay, it's not every time that you call 112. I mean 122. That maybe sometimes it's like I'm being attacked by armed robbers, and I call the number. Ideally, it should be the police that should come and rescue me, but I don't think it is connected to the Nigerian police force. Maybe the Nigerian police force has its own line again.
122 is federal road safety. Forget it's federal road safety. Don't worry, no bother about yourself.
So if there's crime, which number do we call?
Are you sure this 122 is integrated with our telecommunications? I'm not sure.
At this point,
it's not possible for road safety. I'm not sure.
I don't know again.
I think every country should adopt 911, but it should be just local for them.
Why should every country?
So what's the emergency number in your site?
Because Hollywood made it.
What's the emergency number, Osagie?
Do you understand? 112.
112.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know why we like 911? It's because
Hollywood are just engraved into your brain now.
Hollywood doesn't even know the number, so we don't even know which one we are even going to call.
But the 911 is also part of their own orientation agency, infusing part of that into culture. Do you understand?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Hollywood is their biggest propaganda
Hollywood is the biggest propaganda machine, exactly.
Hollywood is the biggest propaganda machine ever known to man. We all know that.
Yes.
One. Simple. But has NOA reached out to people in Hollywood and
exactly for filmmakers and say use our national exactly.
So when you do action film, this is where you call no. when you watch action film, they call their neighbor. Please, neighbor, there's crisis here.
I don't know. There was a state. There was an aide to a governor that tweeted out an emergency number of the states, all 11 numbers. As a person, somebody quoted it as a Nigerian war. Emergency number and 11 numbers.
11 numbers. How I want to cram this one? How I want to remember this one when terrorists they shoot my head?
Man, Nigeria, my precious.
People have grown and created propaganda machines, and Nigeria, we're not even playing on that level.
We are not playing. That's the
look
point.
Look at DW, Doshwell, right? The
Yeah.
media
Yes.
organization, German
Yeah,
media
Yes.
organization.
German.
It's
Yeah.
for outside. It's not
Yeah, it's
for
outside.
German.
It's
You
not
know
for
when
you.
you-
Okay, yeah, that's
You
true.
know when you told me that they don't even show it in Germany, I was surprised because I thought that was like BBC of Germany.
No,
I thought that was like the BBC of Germany.
you
How
know,
about VOA, Voice of
it's
America,
for-
all those things? We don't even
So it's for outside.
we have Voice of Nigeria now. Let me see. Voice of
that
Nigeria.
collected. You know, there was a scandal once that they collected dollars from a governor, and they sacked almost all the people. They sacked almost all of them.
Yeah. Voice of Nigeria is here. Voice of Nigeria Broadcasting Service. Yeah,
Please, who is in charge of NOA? Please, I want to know who is the head.
I used to listen.
of-
Does federal radio something still exists?
What's that? Federal radio words.
The problem FRCN.
Federal Radio Corporation of
It
Nigeria.
does. Yeah, it
Yeah,
does.
they do
does,
now.
Does.
The
Like
problem
Nico,
with I'm on Von now. The problem with Von now is that it's just become a. This is not even how to run propaganda. It's just a press release for like state to
it's the
state.
drop side. Yeah,
Yeah, it's press release. They don't have any stories. Just press
There's
release.
no
yeah.
You
stories
understand?
now.
That's the problem. That's
We
why
used to
people
have
don't-
we used to have their feed on pause, right?
No, it was News
it was the other
Association of
one.
Nigeria.
Oh, news. NON.
NEN,
None.
none.
NEN.
News,
NEN.
News
Okay,
Agency
sorry.
of Nigeria. Sorry.
News Agency of Nigeria. That's
Yeah,
true.
that's like their NPR.
Yeah, that's true. That one
You
is just press release. Yeah.
This one is just.
Sounds
I'm looking at it here. They have business and tech. Let me read business and tech. NIMASA elevates Nigerian maritime profile with 2025 milestones. NAMA assures safe flight amid Hamatan
These are
days.
press conference.
AFC secures $735 million financing for Agola's Lobito Atlantic. Gombe State approves 5 billion naira for Northeast Air Shuttle. Ebonyi procures 3. Do you understand what's going on? That's
Press
business and
conference
tech.
stories. Yeah.
Sports will be AFCON and Super Eagles. Then health group supports breast cancer survivors in Anambra. Foundation provides. You understand? It's just press release fluff here. Where are the stories? Right? You call yourself Voice of Nigeria. Where are the voices? Bro, everywhere I look in Nigeria, everything is broken and dysfunctional. And some people will try and tell me, Osagie, you have to look at the bright light. People are my bro. I'm going to get my bro on this podcast because we see Nigerians two different ways. He sees the way I see it, but he's like, bro, there's opportunity to make money in Nigeria.
Because he's a business guy. So you understand where
Do you understand? But
the
my
loopholes
point
be.
is, are we going to just,
Ignore everything.
close our eyes to this dysfunction and just keep saying, "There's how
can't.
we make money in Nigeria"? Is that what we are going to do? Is that what we should do? If that's what we are going to do, it's fine. What the lead researcher can do is just take out Nigerians' problems and let's look at how we can make money.
Yeah, that's it. Maybe that's how because we can't just. I can't continue like this. I'm telling
telling you,
can't be complaining every
bro,
time.
we've not moved
I'm
on
tired,
to anything. We've just been complaining about Nigeria. There are so many other stories we can't even move on because we
Osagie,
that's how.
because people counter this by saying people are always talking about the bad things, not about the good things. The good things does not matter, bro. It does not matter because this is what Osagie was
The
talking
good
about.
things-
That
the
is,
good
you are
things
just
are not
using it.
reflective of the society. It's just
It's
individual
not
good
reflective
wins.
of the larger society. It's
individual
not.
good wins. It's just
And
individual
if-
good wins.
And if we want to be honest with ourselves, we can't just come and be coming and talking about the good things. There's nothing good, bro.
Wait, what's the good thing that we want to even talk about? What's
And the
the
good thing is that the interest rates for like bonds is high. It's high now.
Yeah, employment.
Right?
Last
So
year the employment numbers when the unemployment rates went down. It's now 5%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also,
Stuff like that. The
So
inflation.
now-
has-
The dollar
What
rate
I'm
also
saying,
went down.
inflation.
Yeah, the dollar
you
rate.
know?
Well, that's that. Also, interest rate for savings, right? The dollar market or the dollar, not even dollar market, like just your mutual funds. The rates have gone up, so you have
Yes.
enough money now. When you get water poisoning, or you get
Mhm.
your food poisoning, do you understand?
The
Then you have more money to treat
the
yourself.
Unofficial unemployment rate in Nigeria now is 4.3%.
That's crazy, bro. That's when they did the whole restructuring now.
Yeah.
You understand?
It's
What we
4.3.
experienced in the last 2 years, guys, is people just restructuring the numbers. Unemployment numbers, and there was one other one. The inflation
too. Yeah.
They just went and said, guys, this is not the number.
Let's
now.
redo it. That's it.
And who's-
How
narrative
is the
narrative
unemployment rate at 4% in Nigeria?
4.3%.
Come on, man.
And you know something? Who are the best people when it comes to rebasing numbers, juggling numbers? Accountants.
Yes.
What's the occupation of your president? An accountant.
Well,
The unemployment
it's
rate
interesting.
in the Netherlands recently rose to 4% in late 2025. It's the highest in 4 years, with around 408,000 people being unemployed as of November 2025.
No, we don't have
right?
the number of people that we
And
don't
this
have the
is-
specific number. We just have percentage in Nigeria.
Yeah,
It's
and this is
percentage.
like 408,000 people out of 17 million people are
Yes,
unemployed,
yes,
right?
unemployed,
It's,
yes.
I think, sorry, out of not 17 million people, out of the total number of
The workable
employable
age, employable age.
and
Yeah.
employable people. You understand?
Yeah.
You're trying to tell me that out of 200 and something million people,
Well,
wait, let me look at 4% of 200 and something million people.
that's
Let me look
mad,
at
though.
it.
That's mad.
No, not
That
200
is-
million, not 200 something million people now. What's
Okay.
our working population and
Do we
employment
even know
population?
that?
Let
Do
me
we
see
know
what
that?
working population is in Nigeria. You're right.
It's always-
Let's
it's always
crunch these
estimate.
numbers. We might actually land at 4%. Too.
Let's crunch it.
Working population of Nigeria. Working population of Nigeria is around 116 million as of 2023. And then, but the actual labor force, those employed or seeking work, was around 90 million in 2023, growing to 113 million by 2024. Of course, this is reported by the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics.
Which were which
AKA
DSS
rebasing.
No,
I can't trust these numbers. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't trust
I
it.
can't.
Yeah, so
They,
yeah,
they once reported some numbers and the whole website went down for a month.
I'm telling you, they invited them now to talk about the sources, to get the source.
Do you know who invited them? The
No, they can't mention
DSS.
them.
Because they
DSS.
talked about insecurity. The DSS now
Yes.
said, where
did
when
you
I
get
get
those
that report,
numbers?
come. All of you be coming to Abuja. The person that needs to do the website, including that person, bring
Everybody, come on.
everybody
Website
who's supposed to do
manager.
the website, shut the website down.
Sure.
Right now. Website manager, everybody, yeah, they come.
So just imagine say you just be uploader, you be uploader for Nigerian. Free of
You say,
statistics.
mommy, they
DSS team just because you dey upload for website. Crazy,
upload
right?
and no- and no
Yeah,
show.
so
Nothing concern
it's
resignation
the
go
best.
fast.
It's best sometimes to just stay away from these things that will frustrate us, because
What's the good news?
Yeah.
Okay, until the last one is not richer. That's the good
Bro.
news, Savi. All right, it's all good.
I don't
This
know.
one,
Yeah, I don't know.
Puka
I don't
Kidele
know.
hit 1 billion in the box office. I think that's good news for Nigerian.
yeah, that's a good
cinemas.
one.
That's a good one.
That's a
It's all
bad.
class.
That's actually a bad one. Because 1 billion naira for box office numbers in Nigeria is actually very poor.
Yeah, but no, it depends. How many cinemas do you people have?
That's what I'm saying. It's
Nigeria doesn't have
emblematic
five-
of
Nigeria doesn't
the
have
economic
10,000
problems that we
cinemas.
have.
Yes,
No,
Nigeria
we
doesn't have
don't.
10,000 cinemas now. In a country
No, we
of
don't.
200, that's
How many
10.
cinemas? Wait, let me check how many cinemas we actually have.
It's less
in
than
Nigeria.
5,000 now.
Is it up to 1,000?
But I'm sure it's less than 1,000.
If you reach 900, I am surprised.
I'm checking. So AI overview, Google, of course, says Nigeria has approximately 100 to 102 cinemas as of early 2025.
Osagie, please Google how many cinemas are in New York.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Wait, we have 100 cinemas in Nigeria.
Oh my lord! Do you
Come
know
on,
that?
man.
Do you know that if Nigeria functioned as a normal country, right, and we had at least 50,000 cinemas, all your Hollywood red carpet premiere, they'll be doing Lagos version of it
They'll be, yes, all of them.
because the population will be too mad.
It's
We'll
true.
be the numbers we are making will be too mad. They're like, no, we need to even be an office here just in case anything will happen.
Yeah, just anything happens. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but even in the movies that were shouting 1 billion, it is still very under. It's malnourished. That's a malnourished figure of the
It's
potential.
it's a malnourished industry.
Yeah, very malnourished,
But yeah, I just don't have that disposable income to be thinking about cinemas.
bro. Are you joking?
Yeah.
In other parts of the
No.
world, people will watch 2 movies a day.
But growing up, right? Like Abo, we had like 3 cinemas in Abo at that time in 1990s, early 90s.
What happened to those local cinemas? What happened to them?
I don't know what happened.
Some of
They
them-
died
The one,
off,
at, the one
they
at the
died
end
off.
of your street that they just had the setup.
Yeah.
They all died. They all died.
They all died, man.
Why did they die though?
That's why I don't know why that happened.
Home video? Home video was what? Home video.
Yeah, Nollywood was producing more for home videos. Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's
no,
home
Nollywood
video.
was producing more for home videos at the time. I think that was what caused that shift. Then also economically, instead, there's no need to.
And it's even more
They run
expensive to
at
go
a
to the
loss.
cinema. Yeah. They'll just go and rent a VCD.
Yeah, you're right. What would excite me? What would look like success to me in Nigeria, in Lagos, right? In Nigeria would be pipe-borne water access. They say, oh, pipe-borne water access, which is currently at 10 to 11%, has risen to 60%.
At least
Now,
50%.
That's a
Yeah.
major win.
That's the
what I
major
to
was
say,
one.
oh, people can
Yeah.
open their taps now and pipe-borne
Yeah.
water can reach them. They don't need to
Yeah.
dig the ground.
How-
Do you understand the concept of explaining to someone that they need to dig the ground to access their own water?
To access their
Like
own water.
people don't get the.
You are privatizing your own water. You are the one
Yeah.
I work in
providing
a
water for.
company that is very multicultural, right? And then we're talking about different things, and I always test these things and just throw it to them to see if they just understand. I just test it. I try to explain digging the ground to access your, because here's what happens. These things we've branded them. I'm saying, oh, we have borehole, and it's nice to say, but
Baldy.
let's
Big
strip
boy.
it. I have to dig the ground to access water and channel the water into my house.
Yes.
Just imagine
Because-
every house on your street doing that.
Yes. Oh, everybody
There
needs
has to
to
be
dig
some
the ground.
environmental-
Everybody needs to dig the ground themselves to
Everybody
access
does
water.
now.
First of all, the
Everybody
person will
has
say, I don't understand. Dig the ground to access water.
Can't you just open your tap and water will come out? Then if you don't pay,
You know the
there's no
concept
water.
of digging the ground to access your own water, and then you pump the water into the tank. Bro, these things happen in like dystopian movies.
Or in ancient times.
Anyways, what do we want to do after this? I'm done. We were back at it again. 2026.
Super Eagles is in the second. At least.
Should we quickly
yeah.
do Peter?
Do we
Obi
still
has
have the
joined
Federal Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation in Nigeria?
Of course.
We still have it.
Federal what? I'm checking it out now.
Federal Ministry of Water Resources.
Do they ever delete ministries in Nigeria? That's how they
and,
keep replacing
and
them.
sanitation, right? Of course.
Yes, but I'm not sure they have. I'm not sure they have a minister.
There's literally a website. What are you talking about? Federal Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation.
The website they work.
The web. I've clicked on it and it says waterresources.gov.ng. It's here. Home, who we are,
What?
news and media, reward and recognition, program, publications. Contact us.
There is the minister.
Let me read the minister's name out to you. Small, but I'll try. His name is Engineer Professor Joseph Telumon Utsev, Honorable Minister, Federal Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation. That's the minister. And then there's a PM, there's a permanent secretary as well. I say PM.
Oh,
permanent
God.
PAMSEC. Dr. Emanso Okpom Umobong.
I just hear doctor, professor, engineer.
Tell you, man. That name sounds like Benue State. That area, Sha.
Their vision statement is to provide sustainable access to safe and sufficient water for cultural, social, and economic development needs of the nation.
Let's go.
Their
Let's
mission
go.
statement is to be the vehicle of Nigeria's integrated water resources management and development, contributing optimally to the socio-economic activities of the nation. And they've been in the news. December 18, they were somewhere. December 9.
They were somewhere doing what?
They were somewhere as well.
You know what I like
Somewhere
Nigerian civil
doing
service?
what?
You know what I like Nigerian civil service? Our professionals are doing nothing. You see them everywhere, but there's no impact in what they are doing. They will just be doing something.
You understand? It's here. The Federal Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation is created to provide sustainable access to safe and sufficient water, etc., etc., right? Formulation and implementation of water resources and sanitation policy program, development and support for irrigated agriculture for food safety, collection, storage, analysis, and dissemination of hydrometeorological and hydraulical data, monitoring and evaluation of projects and programs to effect. You see that last one I said? If you ask them for the data for 2025,
Go be,
you
go
understand?
be, go be, go
Yeah,
be.
yeah, they are working. They are working.
No.
Their last press release was December 18. So they are working. Let me see what
Shout
they
out
were
to
up
civil
to.
servants. They work, but the impact of the work now always be the problem.
Oh, hard.
They
Look
work.
at now. What's Steve saying? Federal Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation launches first government enterprise content management system for digital service delivery. Basically, they opened a WordPress. They opened a WordPress site.
Oh my God.
See,
Okay.
you know how they say
It's
there
okay.
are two things. There are two things that are sure in this world:
okay.
debt and taxes. Let me
Yeah.
add two more things: the irresponsibility of the Nigerian government, and every fintech will sell airtime.
It's embedded finance now, so
And so,
that's not,
That's
it's not
so.
improving. It's embedded
That's so.
finance. You know.
So
Childek
there you
can
have
start
it.
selling airtime too, right? Everybody must sell airtime.
I was listening to Open Africa has been the
Open
last two
Africa.
episodes of Open Africa have been really good.
I've been
Because-
keeping it. I've not listened. Maybe I'll listen this
bro,
week.
the last two episodes you are going to laugh. The last two episodes, shout out to the guys at Open Africa.
Yeah.
They're amazing. You know, it's my favorite podcast.
Awesome. Yeah.
My favorite
yeah.
Nigerian
Love them.
podcast. I love it. I
That's what
wish
I'm
you
keeping
guys.
it. I'm keeping it for a road
Man.
trip
Oh
this
no,
week.
no, it's really good. It's really good. So yeah, this week in history. Should we do this week in history? Well, technically, it was
Let's go.
last week in history, but
Let's go.
I think the guys in archiving were also on holiday. But anyway, this
What
week
happened?
in history.
They give something. They give something holidays. For
I
what?
saw Samson now. Yeah, I saw him during the holiday. I saw Samson during the holiday. So
Oh my God,
Being
they
a
already
nuisance,
set
right?
up this week in history. Oh, shout out to the guys at this week. They've even front loaded it. I was looking at the future reports. They front.
Okay.
Who else? Whoever is doing this now, whoever they gave this job to, has front loaded. Shout out to the person.
All right.
Okay, this week in history between December 30 and January 5. Let's go to the beautiful year of 1914. On January 1st, 1914,
happy birthday, Nigeria.
Lord Frederick Lugard, the governor of both the Northern Nigeria Protectorate and the colony and the Protectorate of Southern Nigeria, signed a document consolidating the two, thereby creating the colony and protectorate of Nigeria. This is when the marriage happened, guys. They call it the Great Amalgamation. This is when it happened. This is when they brought our northern brothers and our southern brothers together and trapped them into one country forever.
And how did Lord Lugard describe this? Like a young, beautiful bride marrying an old man.
Really?
Yes, that's how it's described.
No, that's crazy if he said that.
He said that now. That is in Lord Lugard's words.
Wait, come on, for real?
Yes, now.
That is crazy if he said that. Let me quickly play this before we move on. Just in the spirit of being Burna Boy fans, this is an intro to another story.
To understand Nigeria, you need to appreciate where it came from.
In 1900, Britain officially assumed responsibility for the administration of the whole of what we now know as Nigeria from the Niger Company. And then, gradually over the years, British protectorates were established throughout the territory. In 1914, the protectorates were amalgamated into one Nigeria.
Actually, there's one additional detail that bears mentioning. In order to take over the territories from the Niger Company, the British government paid £865,000, a huge amount in 1900. So let's establish a simple truth. The British didn't travel halfway across the world just to spread democracy. Nigeria started off as a business deal for them, between a company and a government. Incidentally, the Niger Company is still around today, only it is known by a different name, Unilever. But that's another story.
You're now listening to Loose Talk.
They wanna tell you.
This week in history, guys. This week in history. If you don't know about, a lot of people don't read up on Nigeria. But paying 800 and something, how much did they pay? 1,000 back then, bro. They've still not made the money back. They're still collecting the money back. Anyways, make we move on. All right, this week in history, on January 1st, 1947, Sonny Okosun, a renowned Nigerian musician, artist, evangelist, and the leader of the Osagie band, was born. He was born in Enugu. He spent most of his childhood with his grandmother in Ibore, near Urua, Edo State, before moving to Enugu to live with his parents. Inspired by artists like Elvis Presley and the Beatles, he learned to play the guitar and joined the Postmen, a British cover band. After his family settled in Lagos, he became the second guitarist for the late Victor Uwaifo, Melody Maestros, back in 1963. Okosun started his band in 1974, initially named Paperback Limited, and later changed it to Osagie, meaning there is a message in Ijo. Known for his mastering highlife, reggae, and gospel music, He excelled in playing the electric guitar, the flute, the saxophone, electric piano, percussion, and vocals. Considered one of Nigeria's top 10 greatest artists, Sonny Okosun won over 30 awards in global and local music. He died of colon cancer at the age of 61 on May 24, 2008 at Howard University Hospital, Washington, D.C. His remains were brought to Nigeria, where he was buried at his residence on Yaya Abaton Street, Ogba, Lagos. Ayo.
Oh, man, I don't see this man. I don't see this man don't die. I'm sorry.
It's church day now. I know it's church now.
Really?
Steve, come on. Now.
I don't know. Say this man. I didn't know that this guy, Sonny Okosun.
You didn't know Sonny Okosun passed away?
I swear.
So what do you think
maybe
he was
I've forgotten, but I never. I just maybe thought he was just chilling. Like I never thought about Sonny Okosun. I thought about being late. Do you get? Yeah.
Yeah, he's passed away. Okay. And this week in history, January 1st, 1973, the Nigerian Naira is born. Naira replaced pound sterling as Nigeria's official currency on January 1st, 1973, launching with 10 Naira, 5 Naira, 1 Naira, and 50 kobo bank notes. 20 kobo, 10 kobo, 5 kobo, 1 kobo, and half kobo coins. The notes had the same picture of the CBN's former headquarters in Marina, Lagos. The first banknote to bear the portrait of a prominent Nigerian citizen was the 20 Naira, which was launched with the portrait of the late head of state, General Murtala Mohammed, in 1977. Amazing.
Have you ever seen the one Naira notes?
Of course.
I saw it. I bet it's now. I meet now.
You know, I used to, in 1990, my mother would give me a 1 Naira note. Or that's when, I think it was 89.90 that they switched from the note to the coin.
To the coin.
Because the coin became, the 1 Naira coin is my favorite coin.
That coin.
I've handled different
That
coins.
coin is
The
elite.
1 Naira coin.
That coin is thick and
The
shiny.
thick coin
Thick,
with
yeah.
the edges
The
around it.
edges.
Don't forget the edges. So when you use your
How about
biro
to
around it
Oh
to
my
create
lord.
a circle, it creates
Yeah. That's true.
They have about Macaulay's face again, bro.
the
Come
one
on.
I
man.
don't know
I don't have a collection. I don't have any recollection of the Naira of the note, to be honest.
Yes, because by the time we were growing up, they had phased the note out. But I still saw
But I
it
still
in my
met it.
mom's.
I met it.
The wardrobe on some stuff. So I saw it. But I can't forget my mom giving me, or my parents giving me a 1 Naira coin to go and buy a crate.
No, that coin is
Then a coin.
This coin is good.
Bro, you go use you go to trace something again on paper.
Yes, you put the paper on top of it, and then you use your biro to scratch or your pencil to scratch
it. Yeah,
and it will come out exactly the way it is now.
It's a classic. It's a classic. Oh, trip down memory lane. Oh. Okay, speaking about trip down memory lane, and we being excited, on December 31st, 1983, Muhammadu Buhari becomes the Nigeria's head of state after a military coup overthrew the democratic government of President Shehu Shagari. We've talked about this many times. Buhari was installed as the head of state. It was the coup was engineered by Babangida, Abacha, and his guys.
The bad boys.
And then
on January 1. When did they announce it? January 1.
No, December 31st. They did the coup on
okay, December 31st.
Yeah. They used it to end. They used it to finish 30 December.
Mad, dude.
You understand? They used it to finish. Maybe
that's the greatest 30 December event ever in Nigeria.
Boy, that's crazy.
There is if Shehu Shagari, he will be having palpitations when he hears 30 December.
I swear.
Something different. Anyways, that happened. And then, Buhari went on an all-time run of destroying Nigeria. I don't know if you guys know.
The first version.
Buhari 1.0 went on an all-time run, destroyed the whole country. And then, the people that put him there kicked him out.
Say, bro, we ain't enjoying largesse. We ain't enjoying shit. Bro.
The craziest story in that first Buhari tenure is still the abduction of Umar Diko in the UK.
Yeah,
it is still one of the craziest stories I've read.
That's a Netflix story right there,
bro. It's a 6-part Netflix
series. Kidnapping of Umar Diko.
Anyways, to get more exciting stories like this that we've just read, with this week's history. You guys can check archiving out. Nigeria's history one search away. You can explore thousands of digitized newspapers, magazines, and transcripts from politics to pop culture. Guys, the past is yours. You can explore newspapers by date and by publisher now. They continuously are upgrading and optimizing this website. A lot of stuff they are doing here. They have reports that are coming soon. They have tools that you're going to work with. They have different kind of stories. I have some amazing projects they've worked on. They have a fellowship cohort. So many things that they are doing, right? And for me, it aligns with so much. See, to know where you're going towards, you have to know where you're coming from.
Yeah.
And if something like archiving had existed for me like 20, 30 years ago, bro, the way it would have
Brother.
shaped my life differently. I don't know about you guys. It would have shaped my life differently. You know, even from just creating content to bro, some AQ released a record called Class of 66, right?
Yeah.
It was just inspired by reading Max Solon's books.
Yeah.
It's not like he didn't know, you don't know the story, but he just articulated so many things together for him. And he was just like, wow, I need to put this down as a story.
In a
Because
record.
not everybody is going to listen to that, read that book. Not everybody will
Yeah.
listen to my record as well, but at least whoever gets to listen to it.
Get
And I saw
listen to it,
someone,
understand it.
I don't know if you guys saw someone who tweeted about the
song.
the record recently. Yes.
Oh, I did see it.
Oh, so an interesting use case of history here. I'll pull it out for you guys now. For me, like interesting use case for history. I think he was going through an exam or he had an exam or something. And then because of the record, he was able to remember the stories properly. And then fantastic. He said, this is a shout out to Romeo who said, I was practicing these exam questions I saw in the TL and I came to this one. I'm 30 plus. I've never really cared much about reading about the history of the coup in Nigeria. When I saw this question, you won't believe the song that came to my mind. Thank you, AQ, for enlightening me. And what was the question? The first Nigerian military coup d'etat in Nigeria was in which year? Like, he's 30 plus. He doesn't know it, but it's song. And that's why it's important. What we do when you put out content, what we do, what we put out. That's why in as much as we are very accepting, well, not accepting or tolerating of trash content, like, you know, a lot of guys are doing the streaming now on Twitch and all of that, right? It's just horrible content. There's nothing to learn from that.
It's brain rot, man.
It's brain rot content. I think the only thing to learn from that is, oh, people are doing this in Nigeria, then I can do it too. You understand? Like that whole dedication and passion towards doing something. But like the actual content is brain rot. There's nothing. Absolutely nothing, right? And for like stuff that we do, people do, try and as much as possible to put some knowledge, man. You know, put some knowledge out there. So shout out to archiving. Love what you guys do. And you guys should check it out and support. They also have some tier programs going on, but I guess we need to have something on the pod to talk about it. I really want to have something on the pod just to talk about how he started off documenting the present as a news reporter, right, at Pulse, and then juxtaposing that or placing side by side with what he's doing in the past. And I just want to know what has gone into his mind. I think Samson is the one that has gone into the whole mindfuck of Nigeria the most, even beyond us. I'm telling you, because when he was like a news reporter, he wasn't a surface news reporter.
No, he was, yeah.
To be honest, when we put him in the newsroom, right, like put him on the news desk with Jude and said, oh, I expected, my own expectation was, okay, he's going to curate very well. But I then started to see him go from just, curating stories to really understanding stories. And then he used to join the conversations and say, oh, no, the context here is in 2 years ago, this is what happened. And he started to even explain the news more. That's when I know, okay, this guy really got into it. And then to go from that to understanding what has happened in the last 50, 60, 70 years in Nigeria. I want to see where no wonder he started keeping his hair. Like, I get it. Like,
his third eye don't open.
You know, and so I want to see his context of Nigeria. If it's as bleak as mine, I want to see it. I want to see if it's as pessimistic as I am. I think he is, but not me. I'm like, no going back. But you know the amount of times something in the group has said NGMI to like a story.
Yeah.
You just say
Not
not
gonna
gonna make
make
it.
it.
Not gonna make it.
You know. So I'd like to. We need to have him on the pod. Definitely need to have him on the pod. But yeah, man, that's what happened this week in history.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, we need to go. We need to go.
We don't try.
Yeah, I'm
Don't
getting
try.
caught up again. I was just about to jump in on another topic, but no, we need to go.
No.
Yeah, New Year resolution.
We need to go. I have stuff to do. Sorry, I have laundry to do. I have a life. I have stuff to do. I'm sorry, guys, but we need to go. I really wanted to talk about this gay couple thingy, about the amazing
Oh, my
underground party scene.
Lord.
Let's quickly do it and use that one to round up.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah. So
When
I
I
saw
see
the
they
video.
talk.
I saw the video they put out. There's a Lagos. They said Lagos has created such an amazing underground party scene for queer people to feel free and embrace themselves. A queer couple share their experience as tourists visiting Lagos. Let's quickly listen to what they have to say.
We earn in pounds, coming to spend in naira meant that our money went a long way. Taking this into account, this is in no way speaking of the average experience of the queer person living in Nigeria. Their stories are true, their stories are real, and our experience is ours. Now, let's start with the good. First and foremost, Lagos has created such an amazing underground party scene for queer people to feel free and embrace themselves. Like, I don't know how to explain it other than saying it was a spiritual experience. Being in an environment where it was black on black skin, same sex, dancing, being intimate, just being loved, being in community. It was not people presenting themselves to be mask or femme, to be deemed attractive by somebody else in the club, or standing by the side to position yourself as DL. In this moment, we all knew we are all DL. Well, not us. We are all DL. All we care about is dancing, being free, and making the most of this time. The DJs, insane. I have never heard back-to-back spins so good.
And next, I think the strength of the community. A lot of these events and experiences are spread through word of mouth because you can't always rely on like digital interaction. So a lot of these events that we went to, you would see the same people at each of these events, and they would also be telling you about the next event that is happening. It's quite difficult to find out what is safe to attend online. So definitely word of mouth, and that community was super prevalent throughout our experience. We were very grateful to tap into that for folks to help guide us on what decisions to make in terms of what events we attended and what events were trustworthy. I think the next thing, T touched on this already, like the spectrum of expression and the spectrum of queerness. People were using these events as opportunities to express their truest selves.
The apps work. This was a surprise. You can meet people off apps, taking precautions. First of all, video call. Second of all, ask for access to your social media platforms. Know who they are. And also, we had the luxury of having security at each gate before you get to our house. So you had to go through a few steps before you came to actually see us in person.
The next thing was also just the beauty of the people. My God, Lagosians. I had my first bisexual experience in Lagos, I'm not gonna lie. Actually, not first bisexual experience, first bisexual attraction. There was no experience, but yeah, the men, the women, whew,
Secret
There's
Palace.
a reason why I married a Nigerian man, child. Whew.
Secret Palace, you all need to visit if you ever come to Lagos. And honestly, we have traveled to US, we've traveled to African countries. The level of attractiveness of people based in Lagos.
This is the same secret palace that Steve wanted us to go to, right? I'm not saying that because they're queer people, but I'm saying this is the same place, right?
Yes.
Yes.
That's why I put it in the group. That Steve, how far? What's
So secret palace is the number one popping place right now, right? For now.
Yep. Yes.
But we
people
know
that can afford it.
as everything in Lagos, they will move on and they have to now go and create another shiny place.
Of course not. Or they even change the name and say they are rebranding, obviously.
Interesting. Why are people mad at this video? Because I this is the first time I'm watching the video, but I've seen it on my timeline.
Can I explain?
Everybody was saying, "Oh, you're
Can I
spoiling
explain?
it. You are spoiling." But they didn't even give off any information, any location, nothing. They're just talking about the experience. Why are people mad at them?
Can I explain?
Yes, please.
First of all, this is an elitist view of what it means to be gay in Nigeria. You know
They
when they
didn't
said
talk about being queer or gay in Nigeria. They just talked about the partying scene.
yes,
No, they talk about the gay community, the queer community, the
they spoke
underground,
about the underground.
the
That's how they
underground
started. The
queer
underground
community.
queer
That's how they
community.
started.
Yes.
And you know they said they had security, bro. The
No,
guys.
that's the security at the house now, the estate.
Okay. I think for some in a country where it is illegal, you coming out to speak plainly about these things
Publicly about
publicly,
it. Yeah.
you don't know the amount of homophobia it will trigger in places. For people
Fair
who
enough.
are not sheltered the way you are sheltered. Just from
Fair
their
enough.
accents, you can tell which
Yes.
part of the society they are from.
Okay. Can I
Yes.
say something?
Yeah,
Can I
yes.
say something? It is only illegal to get married. It is not illegal to exist as a queer person.
Osagie, ask
No,
James Brown.
Osagie.
No,
Ask
now you
James
can
Brown.
now you can now say there's now the whole issue of they find out if you are gay and they will attack you and there's
But
that going on.
when they were talking about the
There's the
community,
social-
they were
Yeah.
talking about black and black, a spiritual experience. So you understand what is happening there. The black on black skin, whatever it is they were talking about, the community. Maybe it was like they hang out, they were clubbing or they dancing together.
Underground
It
party, that's what they
suggests
meant.
something more intimate than what you are suggesting, what you are talking about. And
Skin on
that's
skin, they're
where
partying, everything. Party they happen now. Party
No,
no,
Osagie.
they
no.
There's
No.
gay party they always get for that, bro. It's not like
No,
There's
they
a lot
can't.
of
They
bias
read it.
going on this.
There's
no
no
bias.
bias. It's
There's no
security.
bias.
It's for security purposes. You are
My
putting
all I
other
believe
people's
is
lives
that-
at risk just
all I
because you
believe
you
is
want
that
to speak on the
enjoy
internet.
what you want
But
to
they did
enjoy.
not even mention location, the name of the they did
You
not
don't
mention
have to. You
anything.
don't have to mention location.
They-
You don't have to
bro,
mention location. Now that you've said it, people know about
Okay,
it and they'll start looking
now
at it.
it's now on the radar.
It's now on the radar.
Yeah.
This is a country where people want to make, like, especially people in our police force. They want to make money. They want to just be cruel for
also make a
nothing.
name. Go and do
Also
press
make a name
conference
for
them.
themselves,
Yeah.
exactly, and they do press conference and parade people for nothing. You get
Police the mad sha.
money. They just parade you now. Is that not where am I gay?
Am I gay?
The
James Brown guy.
came
Yeah.
from? They paraded
That's
this
where-
guy
Yeah, they paraded him.
for nothing,
no reason.
bro.
Yeah. Paraded
Come on,
him. Just
man.
paraded him.
Yeah, I like the fact that they made that concession in the beginning to say, this is not the experience of the queer person living in Nigeria. This is you get. I understand that they made that disclaimer. That was very intelligent of them. But at the same time, there's also another view that you are putting people's lives at risk by just
They are.
publicly coming to say, you know,
Yeah.
it's an underground community for a reason.
Yeah. For a
you
reason.
know, so
Those who know.
yeah, but that's just what the internet encourages. It's clouds,
Yeah.
This video trended. I think they also like achieved what they wanted to achieve. They know what everybody knows it they do.
Of course.
So,
They pushed on
do you
everybody
get,
understand, yeah.
So it's clouds at the end of the day, but we should be cautious of what we say and what we don't say on the internet just because of people's lives. It's a crazy country. You don't want people to just suffer just because you want to catch clouds on the internet.
Fair enough. All right. I see you guys' point. I see your point. All right, let's get out of here. Before we get out of here, I want to give a shout out to a young lady. Her name is I believe Tammy. On Twitter, she's known as Tame to Your Screen. She runs a platform, Discovery Deck, right? And I think after 5 years, she put out a statement. After 5 years and 3 months and 12 days, we've made the bittersweet decision to close Discovery Deck. From day one, Discovery Deck was more than a page. It was a community built on curiosity, love for music. We wanted to give people a place to discover, argue, and celebrate artists before the rest of the world caught on. Along the way, we highlighted hundreds of acts, sparked conversations, helped people feel closer to the music they love. This isn't goodbye to the mission. The spirit of discovery will live on, etc. Just want to give a round of applause there because I know what it is to create something and then let it go. We've all been there. Especially Ayo and I. I used to run Rhymesville for a long time. It was very influential in the Nigerian music space for a very long time. Ayo used to run Pop-Up Central. Pop-Up Central was so influential to a point he put out a whole mixtape and had artists on the mixtape. That's how big it was. And at some point, life lives and you have to move on and do other things or things happen. So just want to give a shout out to her and the amount of people
Do you
she
get-
put on and all of that. And just to say something, media is so broken that this is going to happen to every platform. And that's why you have to give a lot of props to people who have self-funded platforms and they still exist today. All the platforms from the 2008 era, they are gone or
Most of them
close
are gone.
to NJO,
Defunct.
Jagoda.com, Rhymesville, NigerianHipHop.net. Do you understand? Like we plug good music, Giddy, like all of us
360
there. I'm not
Nobs,
saying
yeah.
some of them are shut down, but they are not even in a top 20 influential platform anymore. They are like close to being defunct. Some gone, some everything too exclusive. I think they're still there, but they are not what they used to be before. They cycled out, and that's what happens where it's hard to have sustainable media practice right in Nigeria because you don't just have the systems to protect them, and then lives. The owners have to go and always do something else. Etc. etc. So you're saying something like this. So I'm just saying that to the guys who are now. So when you are there, make sure you do something important. Make sure you do something influential. So when people say, "Oh, that platform," if they say Discovery Deck now, oh man, they gave me my first tweet, they gave me my first experience, they gave me my first exposure, and stuff like that. And that's why she got a lot of love when they put this out and people give them.
Send me that post. Sorry, I don't know. Like, I don't even know the platform you're talking about. Let me just.
Sure.
Yeah, what you're talking about. Then lastly, you would not put my this thing on the show note last week. The Money album I talked about.
The Money album.
Yeah, the Money Club album.
Oh, please call Nana.
Okay.
Please call
Yeah,
Nana.
guys, go check out the Money Club album on everywhere you stream music. It's a fun, catchy songs that teach kids like about savings, budgeting, investments. It's called the Money Club album. Please listen for your kids. Just play it for them, and it's fun.
The Money album, guys. Excuse me,
Money
please.
Club album. Yeah.
Sorry to take us back to Shagamu Road, but why are they charging the Anthony Joshua's driver over the crash that killed 2 people?
It's been alleged that you're speeding. You're speeding.
How did
alleged that you're speeding? Well, there are no camera footage or anything, but
wait, I'm going to read the
2
news.
people are dead.
Prosecutors brought 4 charges against Mr. Kayode: causing death by dangerous driving, reckless and negligent driving, driving without due care, and driving without a valid driver's license. The defendant was granted bail of a sum of 5 million naira and was remanded pending his bail conditions being met. Or more.
Vehicular manslaughter.
I need you to understand something, guys. Just a few kilometers from this crash site, there are people that drive yellow buses that do not have any safety. That all these things, they also, all these charges that are being brought against this guy, they also are perpetuating those crimes in real time. There are hundreds of them littered all over Lagos.
They drive intoxicated. Most of them drive intoxicated.
Oh my God.
Guys.
To understand Nigeria.
I beg, free me. I want to play Sonia Kosun. I want to play some Sonia Kosun. What's your favorite Sonia Kosun record?
It has to be one of those Mandela apartheid era records.
Africa, exactly. That's what I want to say. It has to be one of those Africa.
That's the version of him I know.
Exactly.
And also I met the gospel version of him when he now became a gospel artist.
Actually, that's my own version. That's my best version of Sonia Kosun. Yes.
Oh, one is the Mandela, one is the appetite.
I'm going to play this record. This is my favorite Sonia Kosun record. I hope you guys love it too. Catch you guys in the next episode. See you guys later. Be safe. Be responsible. Be audacious. Be shameless. Okay?
Bye.
Bye.
care. Tyranny Olúwa. Tyranny Olúwa. Tó fi sílẹ̀ fún wa. Tó fi sílẹ̀ fún wa. Tyranny Olúwa tó fi sílẹ̀ fún wa. Àárọ̀ ni o, ọ̀sán ni o, ọ̀sán ni o, alẹ́ ni o. Àárọ̀ ni o, ọ̀sán ni o, ọ̀sán ni o, alẹ́ ni o.